Curse of the Crimson Throne, Edge of Anarchy.
So I seem to recall that you had you'd moved into the old property, and you were spending some time resting, recuperating, and decoding the book, and then and also sort of finding out about the reward for the locket.
Yes.
Brooch, I should say.
And we did broach the idea of whether or not we should go back to the original house we got hired in.
Yes, because it's kind of on the way to the well, it's not on the way to the citadel, but it is on the way to the watch house where we need to go to prove Thaddeus's innocence.
Mm-hmm. It would be interesting.
I think we should swing by there on the way to the watch house, and then go to the castle on the top of the pyramid afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I suspect that because you were playtesting, the Thaddeus has an ability that you probably didn't know about.
Indeed. No, I was just forgetting something that was okay. Gedron's Den. Bum, 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 bum. Anyone who studies the Black Day and you fail to make the check. If the heroes recover the ledger and break its code, proof that Gedron orchestrated the murder from the frame background surfaces. Award. Okay, so you've been doing that, haven't you? You've been so I get to award the players a Benny.
Cool. And we also want to hand over that weird knife as well to the watch, because that smacks of dodginess as well. In fact, we've got a few things to hand over to the watch. We've got a box of shiver. We've got that masterwork knife that looks kind of like a key.
But I thought the watch aren't interested.
They weren't interested in the Queen's brooch.
Or rather, we wouldn't give it to them because of the reward.
Yeah, we wouldn't give them the Queen's brooch. We'd take that for the reward. But I think handing over the shiver is probably a good idea, because that's narcotic contraband.
Yeah. The spiders say it's Soylent Green.
Exactly. Well, I think shiver is spiders rather than Soylent Green.
Well, not if you're a spider.
Well, no, if you're a spider, Soylent Green is spiders. Yeah, shiver is spiders. Don't take spiders. I also remember my dice were crap last week, so I think I need some new dice.
Indeed.
Oh, they're nice. Kind of brassy and blue. They're nice. Well, let's go.
Well, what we have all discovered so far is the first week you buy the new blood dice, and the first week you use them, they're obscene.
Because they're programmed that way.
Yeah, I nearly put that in. I nearly made a video of that, actually.
Of their malicious cruelty.
I was getting her backside kicked with your blood dice.
Well, yeah, but Jiminy bought them, and then he was kicking our dice in riffs. He bought them, and it was just it's not a pretty sight. Those blood dice are evil the first time you use them. I don't know what happens the second time you use them in anger. We shall find out. Okay, so basically the bloody blennies must flow. Okay, thank you, MacD.
Hooray!
Hi, talking about
giving us pennies.
Talking about nasty dice, did you see about a couple of weeks back? I asked, because somebody brought it up, and I said to Moon Wizard, "Do you want to tell people once more time what to make?" And he just ignored the post.
Okie dokie. So apparently, the strange key-shaped dagger does cause some consternation and shock and horror when you hand that one in.
Oh. Why for? Is this such a botherationing thing?
Basically, because they, as far as they are concerned, they basically recognize the blade as the style of blade as used by the notorious keylock killer.
Ooh. Do I know
have some common knowledge checks? Whoever's actually with you at the time. No, you have no idea who the keylock killer is.
I've not heard of the keylock killer.
Did you grow up in this, Dad?
Well, I did. I grew up in Corvus.
Yeah, I'm probably being accused of him. Yeah, he's probably me.
Must have not been spoken about in the Bank of Abadar.
Quite possibly. See, I'm curious. I'm not sure entirely how far back it goes. It's interesting. Soon after, blah. Soon after he embarked on, my notorious pursuits. Okay. Hunting Corvosis streets as a fearful murderer who specialised in home invasion and used sharpened keys and later masterwork daggers cut to resemble keys to open his victims as they lay in bed asleep.
What a git. And that had an inscription about to a loving father or something, did it? Does that suggest it was Gadron Lamb's kid?
Or one of his orphans.
Hmm.
Someone took the dagger, did they?
Yes, I've just dropped it back in the chat because I presumed I handed it over to the watch, along with the 20 shiver that I've just handed over as well. Because there's no way I'm letting that go out into the general populace. That's been definitely got rid of.
I know there was a note about that. So Gedrons found. I think you actually handing it into the watch, did you not? Any words? Okay, no one took the habits shiver hindrance, did they? It's just, but you have the drug addict story hook, don't you, Gastus?
I do. He got my brother addicted and then killed him. Woohoo!
Yeah. So any award, award a Benny to any characters with the habit shiver hindrance or the drug addict story watch if the party destroys the shiver or hand it over to the watch. So there we go. That's all good. Where's the den? Gadron's den, because you just popped it in, so unfortunately I did again. Masterwork dagger with inscription. Yes, the dagger has a strange blade shaped almost like a key and bears the inscription for an inspiration of our father. Yes, indeed. So the keylock killer killed so efficiently and silently that family members slept through the murder and woke to find a loved one mutilated. No indication that the home had been invaded in the first place. However, sometimes a spouse or child was included in the canvas, as it were, of the canvas of display, leaving no one alive in the property. They speculated at the time that possibly the spouse or child awoke or interrupted the killer during the work and thus was incorporated into the piece of art, as it were.
Is this Chekhov's smoking masterwork dagger? Are we going to come across the keylock killer later? I wonder. He said.
Yeah. So the Corvosan guard are the ones who called him the keylock killer. So called for the sharpened keys he left behind in many of his victims. Or her, of course. They just assume it's a man. And for the fact that he never left a murder site unsecured. Keylock killer was never caught. But after a certain, he was never caught, but it has been a number of years since he's struck.
Well, I'll drop all that off with whoever's coming in with me. I know Thaddeus is waiting outside, and then I'll go outside and. Well, Master Wild Soul, your innocence has been proven.
Yeah,
Handing-
well, I believe that when it happens.
handing over this ledger has proven that the murder that you were arrested for was all arranged by Gadrin Lamb, and with his death, all is forgiven, it would seem.
I don't believe you.
You have my word as a gentleman. As does your foul friend there.
Yeah, that's no good. I've known too many gentlemen.
Okay. So, the initial, as I said last week, I do believe that over the following week, the initial civil unrest and outbreaks of riots are quickly quelled thanks to the swift action by the Corvosan Guard, the Sable Company, and the Hell Knights. So, riots, fires, and looting apparently do occasionally erupt, but the city is no longer out of control. Point that Corvosa is basically from a perceptive point of view. Corvosa's moving from a level of pure anarchy to a state of unrest.
Yeah, bring it up.
And I've seen some interesting typos there. Sort that out.
Travis, you went very, very quiet.
He's gone very quiet.
Or if he's talking to us or not.
Yeah, he is. But even I can't hear him. I can just recognise his
You'll
voice.
need to come round to the other side of the house.
Oh, no, he's not talking to us.
That's what I figured. Because from what
Sorry.
that's okay. From what he said, it didn't
ignore me
sound
now.
like.
You can bring it round to the other side of the house. We've got building work going on down the bottom. We can't get to that door.
Sorry, he's talking to delivery guy. I apologise.
No, you need to come round the other side of the house. There's building work going on down there. We can't get to that door. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realise you weren't able to walk. Sorry.
Oh, he really can be very, very, very venomous with his sarcasm.
So
We're on a house that's got a floor on 2 stories, and the delivery guy stood there on the phone saying that he could bring it to the bottom door, and we're seeing this building work going on. We can't get to that door. You need to bring it round to the other side. And he's saying, I can't get round there. He just needs to walk, and he's trying not to.
okay, crime, okay.
Right, the door on the ground floor there.
Pardon me.
Can't get
Might want to mute himself.
round to the side of the house.
Door plus
There's another
2,
door on the other side of the house.
6, plus 1. I'll just.
I think you should take his penny back for being inconsiderate. and not
So you're
muting
unable to walk.
Yeah, I'm going to mute. Okay. Just have to work out. I've muted him. Remind me later to unmute him. Okay.
I'm
just.
still hearing him. How come?
Yeah, me too.
You're in the same house as him, but Elspeth isn't. I can't hear him anymore.
I'll turn my sound off in case he's coming through that.
Well, that wouldn't
Yeah.
account for the fact that I could still hear him.
Spotify's all right.
Yeah, I'm still hearing him. Might have muted him for you and not for everybody.
Oh yeah, I only muted him for me. Sorry. Probably. Yeah, maybe I should do. Okay,
You can suffer.
I'll server mute him instead. How's that? There you go. That was my mistake. I forgot I had to server mute rather than just mute. I misunderstood what you were saying. I was very confused there. Sheet page 78 for those encounter tables. I'm intrigued now. Well, I reread the adventure and reread this, but so I'm while we're waiting, I'm just going to sit here and work out what page. I do, in a funny way, I do wish you could put page numbers into the reference book sometimes, you know. Random encounters.
I hate page numbers and references. I see page numbers and reference. When I do reference,
I do too, but I do too. But then there's this whole thing about the logic of someone. I can't remember what the latest is on it. Sometimes they say get rid of them, but sometimes they did. And I
No,
must admit, it means I forgot to get rid of the page number and hadn't put. I tell you what it is. I know what it is. I've left the page numbers links in because I need to go back and what I meant to do is go back and search through the whole thing, find every reference to a page number, and replace that with an actual link. And that's what I haven't done.
That's what I do.
That's what I haven't done.
Put the links in.
That's what I haven't done. That's what I need to go back and do. Bit embarrassing because they're probably being released today, but that's fine. That's why we're playtesting.
Yeah, and every now and again we get a silly layout that gets changed.
Okay, so danger. This modifies all rolls for random encounters. Ooh. Okay. Let's get that. So unrest is a +10 on the encounter tables. Let's see what we get. You got a 52. Fair enough. We'll worry about that later. Oh crap! I need to probably turn those into proper links as well.
I've almost got a line.
Right. Do you think has it been delivered yet? Do you think I can unmute it?
Yes.
There we go. Right. So you're heading. I'm assuming all of you are going.
Yeah, we were all together. We were we were going to split up because Thaddeus seemed reluctant, but I guess we worked it out, so he went with us.
Corvosa Panorama, why not? Just to get you back in the reminder of the panoramic view of the wonders of Corvosa. Okay, you are heading to Castle Corvosa, but you're going there via the house, aren't you? You said you were going via.
Yeah, we wanted to go back to the original haunted house,
Which is H15.
To have a chat.
Okay, the return to Zalara's home.
Seeing as we've managed to get ahead.
Okay. Lara's home. No, not Solara's home. I don't want Solara. I want streets. Okay. You return to her house. The door is closed. You get there.
Am I dead yet?
Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So is the door open, or is it? Do we have to?
Part of the door is closed, but did you not hear me say?
Oh, I meant closed, or does that mean locked? Or,
I just said closed.
Try the door then.
Is she in there, by the way?
Well, she's dead, but.
Well, I know that, but I'm asking the GM, is she in there?
Well, you don't know. You're standing outside on the street.
I know it doesn't make a difference.
In all honesty, I think she's in my pocket, but that's beside the point. The reason I can
detect undead.
Ah.
The reason I want to go there is I want to return what's in my pocket.
I thought I'd fixed that.
You picked your pocket, did you?
Yeah. I did. Well, you might pick my pocket. Is the door unlocked then?
What the hell's going on here? Okay, I'll need to fix that. No, you can open the door.
I will open the door if it's unlocked. I'm expecting it to look a little dustier than we saw it last time. I know it's only been a week, but I have a funny feeling there might be more than a week's worth of dust.
I thought that too. There's ever such a foreboding silence coming from within.
Mm.
No complicated.
Limited action. Dead within 20 inches? Oh, that's a horribly powerful power.
You know that picture looks like there's a tsunami about to hit.
Doesn't it, with the clouds? Yes.
Mm.
That's interesting, to say the least.
So is there a
Oh, just shut up! I'm trying to work it out. Nowhere in the adventure, does it mention whether or not she's undead. For the
I
record,
think that it would,
I think it would.
considering the whole. But she died 2 weeks ago.
well, yes,
Spoke
but
to you yesterday.
what the point I'm trying to make is,
She might be a spirit as opposed to a corporeal undead.
possibly.
What I was going to say was, is there a disturbance in the force?
Well, currently you don't sense her because she's actually on the ethereal plane. So no, you don't sense her in the house.
You'd be a penny for that. Okay, undead. Previous. Okay, at no point is she described as undead in this adventure. So therefore, you can't detect her. You don't know what she is.
But the door opens, yeah, when we try it.
Yes, indeed, the door opens when you try it. Actually, maybe I should. Right, so let's not. So let's try ghost. Yeah, there we go. I should have typed in the word ghost. That would have answered my question sooner. Okay. Sorry. Bloody players and their stupid random power racial abilities that you don't even remember because they're new races and you're not used to them. You don't even know they're there.
It's not a
Bloody
racial ability, it's a skin condition.
Mm.
Okay. So opening the door, you find the home is abandoned and showing clear signs of having been empty for weeks. There's no sign of food. The wall hangings and the rugs and Zalara cannot be found. The furniture is in pieces, scattered throughout the room under a thick layer of dust, disturbed only by footprints that you suspect you left yourselves on your prior visit.
Is the table she did the reading on still there, set up?
It says the furniture is in pieces, so I imagine it isn't.
That's a shame.
This is where it gets interesting because I've tested these out earlier. I'm going to take a guess and try this one first. Happened, did it?
Nope.
That's interesting. It's playing, but I can't hear it.
Keep this deck
Uh-oh.
close to your hearts, and I will be with you. Thank you again for all you have done, and what you will do.
Maybe that wasn't the one. Maybe it should have been this one first.
Because I'm going to pull the deck out and put it on the floor and say, "Thank you. I should return this to you."
That's when she. Did you not hear what she just said then?
I did.
Yes. So then I heard what she said.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I
definitely.
can't hear it because I don't have Sirenscape
Please,
working.
return to the fishery. Find my hero deck.
Okay, no, we haven't. We've done the one. See, this is the problem. You see, I've got these ones. Are not. You can't change the names of the context sounds. That's my only gripe. So anyway, she thanks you for the thing. Oh, let's try the truth, shall we? God, it's a long lag today.
Mm.
Is it playing for anyone? Because it's not playing for me. I give up.
Yeah, not playing here either.
The one that you didn't hear before else, Beth was just saying, keep this deck close to your heart and I'll always be with you, or something like that.
Yeah, I think there's a big lag sirenscape. I've just got it going.
Okay. Well, I will stop putting the deck down on the floor, and I'll kind of look at it somewhat quizzically and go, "Oh, very well," and I'll stick the harrow deck back in my pouch.
My sirenscape's now broken. Hey, no sound effects! Hurrah! Only because I broke it
Still
and
got
clicked the wrong
background
button.
sound.
You might have, but I managed to break mine.
Hmm.
So all I've got is a blank page with it trying to load. Oh well, be a very quiet day
Wait,
today.
she's back.
Something pertinent because she isn't familiar. I need to find out how Jiminy does it, because he does it so he doesn't have to use the web links. It pipes it through. Click on that, see if this fixes the problem. Yeah, I think Sirenscape's having a complete. I'm going to
Still
take forever
listening
to
to
load.
her.
Starting up. Sorry.
Oh.
Not working for me today.
Oh, we've just heard the truth.
Yeah, we now know the story.
Oh, good. But do you want to tell me? Because I didn't get to hear it.
Well,
Go on. I mean, if you.
no. You fill in the blanks. I was just disturbed with the fact that he cut off her head and then fed the body to his pet.
Yeah, the truth is that Gadrin did kill her son, and then sent the bits of her son back to her. And she sold everything she owned, bought a new harrow deck, did a reading to find out where he was, went there herself, and he chopped her head off and fed her to the alligator.
Well, there we go. Yeah, I'm getting gateway timeouts trying to connect to Sirenscape. That explains why everything's going so slow.
But
Ah.
I take it she wants us to keep the. I thought that she wanted the deck back, but apparently the message is she wants us to keep the deck.
Yeah,
She wants you to keep the deck.
Yeah, she says the deck will be with you always.
Yeah, apparently so interesting. I'm getting told that app.sirenscape is down.
So does that mean to say we get to use the deck ourselves later on? Bum, bum,
I
bum.
guess we do. Well, shall we go to the castle and give the queen back her brooch then?
All these lovely. I've got the
She
whole
did say
lovely
thank you
queen
for everything
speeches.
you have done and will do. So
app.sirenscape.com is down. Woohoo!
Why don't you try rebooting it completely?
No, their external website's down. According to, is it down? App.sirenscape.com is down. It's not just you. The server is not responding.
You're checking on down for everyone or just me?
Yes.
Try switching it on and off again.
I'm saying that because it's not stopped working for me.
Yeah, but that's possibly because you've got a linked connection. The mistake was I accidentally clicked I made the mistake of when I reshared the thing because Elspeth was saying she didn't have it running. I accidentally clicked on it, which broke my existing session, and obviously because the website's down, I can't get back in.
And we're still hearing a loop from before.
Yeah, which I can't possibly stop. I suspect. I don't know if that will stop it. So you might be better off just closing it down. We'll just do it old school with me doing very bad voices today. Okay, you're going to see the Queen. Stupid technology. They never trust it.
Well, you know what they say, Mistress Leah. A cat may look at a queen.
Yes.
Oh, apparently it's up again. Yeah, it's up again. My word, that was strange.
Does that mean you need to share us a new session?
Well, I've just rejoined via the original link.
That link in chat should work.
It worked for me.
Okie dokie. Right. Let's go for.
I wonder, Master Wild Soul, may a duck look at a queen also?
Yeah.
Let's test it.
We're still on the edge of anarchy.
Yes. Okie dokie. So, sorry about that. Oh, I'll play that. I'll have to play that one later. I'll watch it again. But anyway, so you decide to return the brooch. So you head out from H15, and you'll just take the. Obviously, not the as the crow flies. You'll probably go down the road and turn up that way. But obviously, you'll take the walk to Castle Corvosa on the heights.
Yeah, not as the crow flies. We had a crow, but it became a duck.
Castle Corvosa's long shadow looms over the city as a terrifying testament to the power of whatever mighty overlord ruled this land thousands of years ago. A magnificent achievement of architecture, the castle's walls and spires rise higher into the sky above the city. The entire structure looms even higher because of its ancient foundation, a Thessalonian monument in the shape of an immense flat-topped pyramid. Although one corner of this impressive foundation has fallen into ruin, the additions built into the sides by eager and talented Corvosan masons have created one of the most recognisable landmarks in all of Corvosa. Oh, actually, yes, you can see the collapsed side if you zoom in on the map. Look, there you go. One of the most recognisable landmarks in all of Varisia, not just Corvosa, sorry. Castle Corvosa can be approached from all four directions. Ramps and stairways allow access up the sides of the pyramid to the courtyard surrounding the central structure. Normally, petitioners to the monarchy, such as adventurers seeking to return a stolen brooch, would approach from a broad ramp, wait in a public courtyard to speak to the Corvosan guards on duty, and hope for a chance to be heard. However, in these frantic times, the castle is locked tight and bristles with swords and crossbows. As soon as you approach, the guards demand to know what your business is, as you basically, before you even reach the gates.
Well, gentlemen, I can see that obviously the Queen is in mourning currently, and I have to say her castle is pretty fly, like a G6, and well, we have something that may belong to her.
What is it?
An item which I believe she wishes to have returned. The watch have told us that there is a small reward for its return.
Right,
A brooch
right.
of some personal.
The sergeant of the guard nods at one of the other soldiers who you hear a clank as obviously a bar being lifted and a door opens in the big main door. You know what I mean? The little, you know how you get the huge doors and then you have the little human-sized door, don't you? That opens and basically indicates that you should head through. Basically, he says that you're basically told you can head up the stairs to the courtyard, but all weapons must be left here at the base of the stairs. I love the way they phrase it. So obviously he won't phrase it that way, but I'll phrase it that way. No obvious weapons are allowed in the Queen's company.
when he says no, all weapons must be left at the bottom of the stairs, I will just cast a glance askance at Leia and smirk.
Claws, yes.
I'll leave my bow and my weapons, but tell them to guard them with their lives.
I will, of course, remove my weapons. I would never go armed into the presence of the Queen.
As you see, I will say, and turn around in a way that makes my skirt feel out. I carry no weapons.
Indeed.
And then I will give a sly look to Gadrin. Oh, sorry, Gastus.
That just leaves Thaddeus and Vorka. Obviously, you don't have to hand over your weapons. It's just, obviously, you will not be allowed to proceed any further.
Vorka will hand over. These are big, strong, armored guys. They scare the pee-pee out of him, so he is definitely going to be...
Master Vorka, if you're going to do that, at least do it in the corner where nobody can really see.
Thank you, Joe Rama. Castle Corvosa beckons. The pyramid looms over visitors at its heavily armed gates. In such dire times, conceal your weapons and let the beddies flow. Oh, very good. Very nicely written.
Have you got a bucket? This could take a little bit of a dive.
Hey, hang on a moment. That whole tarot deck returning thing, that's an arcane force or strange incident, isn't it? Wouldn't you say?
Right.
Someone wants to play a dark bargain, do they?
Funny, you should say that. Yes.
Oh, funny. There we go. So that's 2 dark bargains. It's almost as many weeks, I suspect.
Yeah.
So yeah, so if you hold that and then have one of them, and I won't be needing this, and you can hold these as well.
So just how many weapons does Thaddeus give up?
It's just bits and pieces.
Mhm.
I lost count at 15.
No, it's just a bow and a saw and a bit of string with a couple of weights on it and a few flasks of things and.
The dark bargain has been added to your character sheet.
Yeah, you want to be careful with that one. Yes, I know it's supposed to be smoking, but just don't panic, okay?
Good luck to have. Well, obviously, it doesn't matter at the moment. You've got as many mittens as you currently have, but good luck when you start. Have 2 at the start of next week. Okay.
I won't be because I've got luck, so I'll get the normal amount. And can I have another adventure card, please?
Oh, you draw it. It does say draw an adventure card immediately. I hadn't noticed. I was checking whether you meant to get one. There you are. Got a new one. What one did you get? You got one. Apparently they resize now, don't they? Because Wizard tweak the graphics, so they should actually work. Actually, no, the bug's still there. If I actually click on the one in chat, I don't actually get the graphic. I just get the blank window. Wish I knew what that bug is.
It's not popping up at all anymore. It used to, when you clicked it used to pop up bigger. It's not even doing that.
Double click.
Double click.
Oh yeah, that is working. I take it back.
Unfortunately, what isn't working still is the chat. It's just you get a bigger window now instead of a small white square. I don't know what caused that. As far as I can tell, it's nothing I've done. It's something that they've changed in the code a while back. But anyway, everyone's handed over their weapons. The invitation to ascend the castle is extended. Okay. Okay, once.
Is this the same day, or have we had a night's rest? I
You've
asked
had
before I have fatigue.
Oh no, that's definitely gone. It's quite a few days later.
No, I checked last week. We'd recovered all our PowerPoints and any fatigue and whatever.
I see. I was suffering real life fatigue at the end of last session and passed out before we quite got to the end.
Yay. As you reach the top of the pyramid, okay. A group of obviously nervous guards armed with heavy crossbows and swords escort you up the steps of the castle. As you reach the top of the pyramid and the wide stairs curling up to the castle's third floor, when a crimson throne awaits. There you are greeted by a stern-looking woman dressed in magnificent full-plate armor. Yeah.
I will, yes, curtsy.
The Queen's handmaiden bodyguard. You recognise the it's basically a uniform of one of the called the Royal Guard, isn't it?
If that's the chief one, do we know her name?
You probably do know it. Common knowledge, though, you'll probably know it's Sabina Merrin, yes.
I will not bow because she's not royalty, to the best of my knowledge, or anything, but I will sort of nod my head and said, "Good day, Mistress Merrin."
Yes. They try. I see. I think that's later on. Okay. Sabina nods and basically offers greeting and then goes on to say, "They tell me you have something that belongs to the Queen. Is that correct?"
That is quite correct, Mistress Merrin. It was found in the coffers of a. I think ne'er-do-well is the best way to describe him.
Are you displaying the item in question?
Not as of yet.
No response from her thus far.
A brooch in the shape of 2 dragons, festooned with a number of gemstones. Then I'll reach into my pouch and bring it out.
Okay. She does not move or react until she actually sees the brooch. Obviously, she must have removed her helmet by this point, because otherwise, how would you know she smiles? She smiles, steps aside, holding out her hand to welcome you to Castle Corvosa. As the guards make to follow, she steps in and tells them that they may return to the posts, and also goes on to say the heroes pose no threat. No.
Heroes? We're not heroes. We're just people. Well, sort of.
You're obviously heroes. She's implying you're heroes for obviously the duty to your queen and everything else. Who knows? As the guards walk off, she curtly asks you how you'd like to be introduced to the
queen. I thought the usual way was to use our names. Sorry, no sarcasm intended. I've never been to the castle before. Gastus Lentinius, at your service, Mistress Merrin.
I think she was asking if we had a group name rather than her having to go to the effort of introducing us as 5 separate individuals.
I think she will happily introduce you as 5 separate individuals. She just doesn't know your names, obviously. You're not. It's not like you're the heroes of Sandpoint or anything like that.
Leah.
Yeah, I'll give her my name. I step out from hiding behind the big guys.
After stuttering and stopping several times to get it out, Vorka does finally get his name out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That just leaves Thaddeus.
What's in it for me?
Typical Scott.
You know what they say about damp ears? Short arms and deep pockets.
No, it wasn't. I didn't want to get paid. I just wanted to think. I just think she's up to something. You know, you're all up to something. You're all out to get me.
So you're actually saying that to the Queen's bodyguard, who sent all the other guards away, which means she's clearly not intimidated by the 5 of you, and is quite confident she can execute all of you without any threats.
I will say,
not her. I'm just asking Thaddeus, not you, Thaddeus.
I know that, but I will say I have actually been here before. I performed for the king with my troupe a few years ago.
May the gods rest his soul.
Yes, indeed. May the gods rest his soul and that of my partner.
Sorry, Karen.
Interestingly, that picture of Sabina Merrin, she wasn't wearing any mourning stuff attached to her armor.
It could be on the other arm. You can't see it from here, can you?
It's typically mourning is worn on the right arm.
True.
You only see her left arm there fully. As you round the corner, Sabina announces your arrival with a loud, clear voice, then steps aside to allow you to enter the throne room. Queen Iliosa sits upon the crimson throne. She is a vision of beauty, despite the black mourning dress and the veil she wears in honor of her husband's death. A small silver coffer sits upon her. The throne room, an open area with vaulted ceilings, stained glass windows of past kings and queens looking down from the eastern wall, and crimson tapestries hanging along the others, is pristine but strangely empty. An immense fireplace offers additional light and heat to the hall, and a silk carpet provides a gently arcing path to the throne's base. Sabina takes the brooch from you, Gaston, and hands it over to the Queen with a flourish, and then takes up position at the throne's left side as the Queen, Iliosa, addresses the party. See if this works. If I get them in the right order, I think I have now.
This brooch was stolen from me some time ago. I had not expected to see it again, truth be told. And yet, here on my darkest day, you come before me with kindness. The return of this brooch is much more than an honorable deed. It is inspiration. It is hope. I love Corvosa, as my husband did before me. His death has shocked the city, as it has me. But I will not see his legacy destroyed in death, and I shall not see my city torn apart. All Corvosa stands at the precipice of a disaster wrought by her citizens. These riots cannot continue. You have already done my heart a great service in returning this precious heirloom to me on this dark day, and you shall be rewarded. Yet perhaps you can serve your city more.
And how might we be of service, Your Majesty?
Which one next, do you reckon? I reckon it's... Let's try this one.
Our person by default, because he's full of Corvosa.
Yeah.
And it could certainly use the aid of heroes such as you.
I mean, we're staying
If you
in his
so
house,
choose,
so I guess
shall have
he's.
Sabina see to it that you have an escort of guards when you leave here. They can see to your safe journey to Citadel Volshianek. I shall send word ahead of you to Field Marshal Cressida Croft to let her know you are on the way.
I cannot speak for the
Now,
others.
I need
Your
to
Majesty.
retire to my chambers. My grief has drained me. Again,
My
I thank
apologies,
you
I
for
spoke
the
out of
kindness you have shown me.
I know.
And I hope your days
Can't
of
pause it.
serving the crown are only just beginning.
So,
With this,
Your
the
Majesty, well,
the quiz, with this, sorry to cut across you, I'll just tell you what happens, as it were, and then you can say it as she's walking out. With this, the Queen directs Sabina to hand over the reward for returning the brooch. The bodyguard swiftly does so, handing over the small silver chest.
as she comes over, I'm going to kneel down and say, I cannot speak for the others, Your Majesty, but in the defense of Corvosa, you have my sword.
She nods with thanks, and at this point she excuses herself with a whirl of the hem of her morning dress. Queen Iliosa is gone from sight. Anyway, the first things first, I shall give the party your reward. So if I go over to inventory and get rid of these 2 keys, because you don't need those, you've got the gold ingot with the royal seal of Corvosa and the small silver chest. And I think I'm missing something there. Yes, it does. Yes, there's a definite mistake there. I need to fix that. Deary me. Can't take me anywhere without making mistakes. It's terrible, isn't it? I only had 1 instead of 12. 11 ingots missing.
Only 11, that's all right.
Okay. And obviously the small silver chest. So the small silver chest. The bodyguard's holding over a small silver chest, which is worth a bit of money. Inside the red velvet-lined interior rest 12 gold ingots imprinted with the royal seal of Corvosa.
Mm.
Would you like to make a make a thievery check? I think it's a sensible one for a quick appraisal. You've got no idea. You've got no idea. Yeah, exactly.
Need a bit more time.
Oh, Thaddeus, you reckon they're probably worth 100 gold each?
I've had to pick a pocket or 2.
Indeed. Well, if you remember, the reward was 1,200 gold, wasn't it? So
It was, yes.
you could probably work it out thinking about it. This point, Sabina escorts the party back out of Castle Corvosa, and if you should wish, she will assign you the escort to the Citadel that the Queen has said to allow you.
you see
Actually,
whispers?
given how dangerous these streets are, we recover our weapons on the way out, right?
Of course you do, yes.
Actually, yes, I would like the escort because I want to ask the guard that were looking all nervous something. I want to ask them why they were appearing so nervous.
And based on that whisper, do I agree to the escort?
I have to be honest, I have no idea why they were nervous, if I'm honest, other than the fact that they probably don't feel comfortable escorting you up to see the Queen in times of unrest. But I don't know any more than that. I don't know any more than that. Okay. If you accept the offer and of several Corvosan guards and escorts, you are able to make the journey to Citadel Volchek without trouble.
Marvellous. So
Citadel
we're going back
Volchek
where we
is-
just came from.
Is that back over in old Corvosa, is it?
That's over to the Citadel. We were off the steps again.
Oh, you've gone all
You're breaking up,
darky.
Davis. I think he's moved a bit too far from his laptop.
Yeah. It's back to the place where we went to clear Thaddeus's name.
Oh, of course it is, yeah. I just can't see where bugger is on here now.
It's
It took me a while. It took me. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah. Oh, there's a pin missing. That's why I couldn't find it. Stupid me. Okay, that's another one to fix. That's why I couldn't find it. I couldn't see the pin for it because it's like I know it should be a G pin, but I went over with all the G pins. 10 in thing. Crazy, you know, you go over these things, you check them. It's only when we run it you realise how many minor mistakes there are. If the duck is out of the that didn't work. Oh, because there's a /E instead of a /R. Okay, let's go to event 9 below. Citadel Volchek is in Midland, overlooking the Yegger Harbour, and it serves as the base of operations for the Corvosan Guard. There we go. The Citadel currently operates on a skeleton crew. Okay, yeah, you wouldn't know that bit, so I won't tell you that. Well, actually, yeah, as you go in, the Citadel operates on a skeleton crew, as almost all available guards are hard at work in the city. Actually, you're local, so yeah, you're probably you're surprised at how empty the place is. There we go. And that's probably again nervous guards. 2 nervous guards stand at the entrance to the yard. But as the Queen promised, the Pathfinders, you're the Pathfinders, of course, are expected. The guards wave your party and your escort through, and at which point your escort basically stop when they reach the courtyard and basically that's sort of hang around for a bit, and obviously you get the impression that they're waiting to see what the next set of orders are. One of the guards escorts you through the central keep, where a hurried and tired-looking woman rises from her desk to greet you. This is Field Marshal Cressida Croft, an attractive dark-haired woman dressed in red armour. She introduces herself and asks for your names, as she bids you all to sit. You get the distinct impression, based on first impressions, that since the king's death, it doesn't look like she's slept. Yet she's bearing the exhaustion well. Yeah.
My name is Lentinius, General Croft, Gastus Lentinius, at your service.
Actually, Gastus. Actually, you can make a notice check as you were approaching the citadel.
You know, I'm gonna penny that.
Not that critical. It's just because of your background. I know you know to notice it. Okay, as you're approaching the citadel, you now realise that possibly one of the reasons she might still be upright, even though she looks like she should be suffering from complete exhaustion, is you didn't realise that was probably was a priest of Abadar who had left here and had probably been ministering to her to keep her going. She sighs deeply as she speaks to you. Ooh, okay.
Ah, yes. You're the one sent by Queen Iliosa. Greetings. My name is Cressida, and heroes of your caliber are exactly what Corvosa needs now. You've been on the streets. You know better than me how bad things are out there.
Yeah, I don't
It
remember
breaks my heart
Caborsa
that the
not being.
Provost
This
tear
is
itself
not
apart
safe
like this.
anymore.
Every little bit of aid we can get from upstanding citizens like you helps. If you're willing, I'd very much like to retain your services as agents of the Guard. You will, of course, be well compensated for these services.
So, got a job offer. Do you want to join the... Well, do you want to be agents of the Corvosan Royal Guard?
Anything I can do to help ease the troubles in the city, General Croft, I am happy to do.
Field Marshal.
Field Marshal, sorry.
Yeah, she won't have corrected you. I'm just pointing it out.
Sassafras is doing a quick calculation in her head because she absolutely can't get in trouble for a year. But if she's working for the Conversion Guard, she can't get in trouble. Yeah, I'll do that.
Leia, Volker, and Thaddeus.
So I take it then if I'm going to work for the guard won't actually be hunting me, and if I can get that in writing, that'll be fantastic. And that will give me an excuse to hunt down everybody that falsely accused me and cut their throat. Yeah, I'm in.
Master Wildsoul, we have already gone through this. I've handed over the ledger that has proven your innocence. Gadrin Lamb, who is already dead, by our hand, was the orchestrator of your ill fortune.
Yes, but is it in writing?
I'm sure the Field Marshal will be more than happy to give her word. Would you not, Field Marshal?
Stifling a yawn, she nods. Yes. And says, of course.
Surely that is good enough for you, sir.
Because they're never going to trust me.
I will lean over and in a stage whisper say, word to the wise, Master Wildsoul. The more you tell people that they should not trust you, the more people will not trust you.
I might be new to this social malarkey.
Yes, I am beginning to sense this.
You're wanting heroes, and you're including me in that, because I've never been called. Well, I've been called lots of things, but I've never been called a hero before.
She smiles. She looks down at you, Volker, and smiles and nods reassuringly.
Okay,
Young Master Forker's heart
I'll
here.
help.
Young Master Forker's heart here full outstrips the size of his body.
Indeed. She then, obviously, having her basically, let's start that again. Having heard your acceptance, she continues with the following.
Corvosa's got enough troubles as it is without my own guards losing their way. Many have deserted their posts, more concerned about friends and family than the city. I can understand this, yet not all of the deserters have family. Some of them are simply using the riots as an excuse for personal gain. One such man is Varric Van Kaskerkin. Worse than a lone deserter, he's convinced a small group of fellow guards that Queen Iliosa is going to ruin the city. Whether she does or doesn't isn't the point. Right now, we've got a city-wide crisis on our hands, and I need all of my guards working with me to see us through. A deserter is worse than a lost resource. It's an infection. I can't afford to pull any of my other patrols off duty to deal with Van Kaskerkin, and I'd rather not expose any of them to him anyway, since I don't want Van Kaskerkin to infect more guards with his talk of secession. Nor do I want some overly patriotic guard killing Van Kaskerkin outright. I need impartial, skilled talent. Talent like you.
You know, I do not know.
And are you aware of the location of this Van Kaskerkin?
Van Kaskerkin and his followers have holed up in an abandoned butcher's shop up in Northgate, a place once called All the World's Meat. I need you there. Try to avoid killing any of the deserters if you can, but if you must, they brought it upon themselves when they threw in their lot with Van Kaskerkin. I'd really prefer it if you could capture Van Kaskerkin alive and return him to me for interrogation. But if he makes that impossible, I'll accept his body as well. Finally, see if you can find out why Varric deserted. And if there's more to it than simple personal politics, I need to know immediately. Bring me Varric alive, and there's 500 gold in it for you. Dead, he's worth only half that.
She then goes on to offer you a spot in the Citadel barracks if you need somewhere to stay the night or rest.
Fortunately, Field Marshal, I have my family house in Old Dock.
Well, indeed, she obviously nods at that, but does go on to indicate that a place in the Citadel is probably more secure than a house, but understands the value of hearth and home.
Vorka pulls on Gastus's pant leg. Are we hunting Guard? I thought Guard hunted us.
In this particular case, young Master Vorka, some of the guard have turned bad, and we need to bring
All of
them
the
back.
guards are bad. I mean, there's just some of them are not as bad as others are.
President looks a little crestfallen at that statement.
You may have had bad experiences with many of the guard, Master Vorka, and for their part, it is typical of your kind that you act outside of the law. I must admit, sometimes I have been of the opinion that the law is an ass, and more to the point, the law is a bachelor. But there are certain things that need to be upheld, and it sounds like these members of the Guard are worse than many others. If we can bring them back so they can explain themselves, perhaps we can find out a way for everyone to be friends.
Oh, okay. Okay, I can do that. I like trying to make friends.
I have learnt this of you, Master Vorka, and it is comforting to see that one of your kind wishes to integrate with the rest of us.
That's good to me. Well, apparently,
At which point Vorka stands up all nice and proud and tall and nods his head. It's a job we will do.
Again, Cressida smiles. Crimson beyond blood that flows. Oh my word! They haven't had a chance to spend many yet. That's good. They will get them into double figures. That's what I say. More, and I can be meaner to them. It sounds like you're heading out to. You say it was. I know all the worlds are meet, but they did say where, didn't they?
It's S8 on.
It's in
Northgate.
As we leave, Gastus is going to accidentally leave something on the table, very subtly by the looks of things, and will then go back and tell everyone, "I'll be back with you in a moment. I left something on the table," and we'll go. And if the field marshal is still there, say, "Field Marshal, it would be of great personal benefit to young Master Vorka if he could perhaps have some token to show that he is, if not a member of the Guard, affiliated. I think it would give him great personal pleasure and perhaps overcome some of the general animosity that the other Guard may have, having a goblin assisting them."
Well, actually, probably being a good idea to like give us all some kind of badge or identifier so that if we get stopped by other guards, the good ones, we can let them know without getting into long, detailed explanations.
The rest of us are all considered civilized beings as long as we're acting within the realms of decency. We'll probably get away with it, but Vorka would
I
get
don't think that
splatted just for the sake of it. But ooh, fancy!
Gnomes are notoriously unpredictable, so not exactly upright citizens as a rule.
Well, I mean, compared to humans, you're quite short, so you just look like you're sitting down all the time anyway. So are we all given badges then?
There's no race like gnomes. There's no race like gnomes.
We don't want no stinking badges. Sorry, I had to say it.
Okay.
Well, if I'm handed that, I will catch up with everyone, and certainly if there's only one, I will give it to Vorka, saying that the field marshal wanted him to have it to wear to show that he's a favoured member of the guard, and that the field marshal has his back.
How'd she? Don't forget to help yourselves to the party sheet. Also, I forgot to assign you your money from last time, so now's a good time to share it out.
Yes, the badges are on the party sheet. Cool.
And a coat of arms badge. Take one now.
I'll take
Don't
some
forget-
gold ingots as well then.
They're probably quite heavy. You might want to sell them.
No, they're not that heavy.
They're only £2 each.
Yeah.
Right. Help yourselves. Obviously, if anyone wants to go shopping, you can do. Obviously, on your trip to Northgate. Haven't done any proper shops. Did I? Yeah, the Gilded Orrery, the Green Market, and the Marketplace, apparently. Which any of those on your way? Heading there up, so that takes you past the Gold Market. What's the Gold Market?
It's what?
There's
100 gold each.
yeah, the Gold Market. The Gold Market obviously is food. Edredret's, Zellhouse Home, the Old Fishery, Bookmaker Midland. That's the stores,
I
aren't
have
they?
my arrow pointing right at S8, which is where the old meat market thingy is.
Yes, indeed. No. I'm just trying to see if you're going near any of the Gilded Orrery, Green Market. Can I share the shops? Yes, the shops are shared. So
Yes, they are. I'm looking at the shop now.
yeah, I'll set those shops up. So the point is, obviously, whenever you're in, obviously now things are calmed back down and the shops are opening up again. You can just say when you're moving around the city if you wish to go to one of those shops. They will.
The Gilded Orrery's got something I'd like, but I don't think I can afford the 3,320 gold pieces just yet.
I finally figured out who the Queen reminds me of.
Oh, the rapier of damaging, yes. Who does the Queen? Actually, on the Gilded Orrery, I actually managed to find the picture for the actual shopkeeper as well.
She reminds me of Alexa Havins, actress. I was thinking of her from Torchwood Miracle Day, but you may have seen her.
Oh yeah, Ziva Foxglove's in there as well. But obviously the Marketplace has lots of places.
Hmm.
All right, cool. Yes, maybe it does. I would look another time.
Well, I personally am keen to get to the butcher's shop and see what the hell they're doing.
Right.
Earn our pay.
Okie dokie. Hmm.
To buy any of those things, you got your eye on gas stuff. You need to make some money.
Most certainly.
Okay, you head up to the Northgate area, and obviously all the world's meat is quite, as has already pointed out, it's already been highlighted. So it is literally you just follow the you head up through Midland, just follow the road up, just turn off onto the world's meat. But obviously the shop is located at 22 Sturge Street. Enough. Okay. Right. So, so you're just going to head up there and storm in, or are you going to do anything else on the way?
Recon, don't we? Recon's a word I heard, so I thought it sounded good right here.
Perhaps we should enter posing as customers first.
Well, it's daytime, so you could do that. I didn't know if you just wanted to basically talk to people before you get the word on the street, but it's up to you. You can just turn up if you want.
I was thinking I might go and buy a couple of steaks if we can, and then go and talk to people. I mean, these guards that have gone rogue appear to be running a butcher shop. Got to work out what that's all about.
Okay, so heading down Sturge Street. As you approach, you see the outside of the shop. A sign bearing the image of fat, smiling cow hangs above the entrance to the shop. Inside, a long counter runs over half the room's width. You can see this through the window, obviously. Half the room's width, beyond which a door stands ajar.
Does it seem to be doing good business?
A low bench sits against the east wall, while to the north a marble-top table displays cuts of meat before a wide, grimy window. A few flies circle in the air.
Lovely.
Oh, yeah, we were talking medieval level technology. If they've not got any magic to keep the flies away. Are they doing good business? Are people going in and out buying
There
meat?
seems to be quite a few. Well, there seems to be. Make a notice check. Seems to be people going in and out.
I'm going to Benny that. I'm tired of not noticing things.
Well, yeah, people do seem to be going in and out quite regularly.
Have you noticed that? Insert ridiculously observant detail here.
Okay.
Get
Obviously, you headed out in the morning, so you're probably there mid-morning. There seems to be. You can see there's quite a few large gaps on where the meat was. You know what I mean? As in, obviously they've made a brisk trade and stuff. But Thaddeus and Gastus and Leia, obviously Sassafras is just looking around anyway. And Morkan's obviously just looking at the meat. The three of you notice something. You're not sure if it's strange or not, but what you seem to notice is more than one occasion, someone walks into the shop and is given some meat and walks out again. You don't see any monetary transactions taking place.
Okay. After the riots and so on, what are the food levels like in Corvosa? I mean, there's been public unrest. Is food difficult to come by, or is the general trade still going? Because I mean, these guys have basically set up a butcher shop since the riots last week, or rather, they've taken over an old butcher shop.
Yeah, well, again, you'll have to possibly talk to people and find out that sort of information. However, I did remember checking that.
Has it been easy for us to buy?
No. I'm talking about the shop, Albie.
Right.
Food has quickly become a source of contention in Corvosa, with regular shipments of meat and produce from outlying farms cut off.
And
so
they're
yeah,
giving it away for free.
And they appear, from what you see, is they appear to be giving away meat for free.
Who's getting it free?
Seems anyone who walks in and asks for it.
Is anybody paying?
No. Stragglers wander into the shop and then walk out with meat. It's going fast, the meat, it has to be said.
Is there a barber next door by the name of Todd?
No.
I was about to say, I hesitate to ask those of you that may have the olfactory senses to tell, but Mistress Leia, Master Wildsoul, would there be anything interesting about that meat?
It's nearly midday, and there isn't much meat left in the shop. It has to be said. In fact, even as you are keeping an eye upon the shop, it would appear although the flies have increased, the amount of the meat on display has ended, and now people are rushing into the shop and then leaving looking dejected.
Well, I had a sniff before the last of it went. So, did it smell as it would it be expected, or was there something wrong with it?
Leo's got a very good sense of smell. Can she tell if it's pork and beef and such like, or is it
And
lumpy?
has it got anything in the fillet? Like, have they put something in the meat?
You don't discern anything unusual about the meat, Nick?
Okay.
It may
Perhaps
well.
you should
Maybe you should
question
talk.
one-
Maybe. Well, it might be a case of you want to sort of stake out or something. I don't know.
Well, we'll get
Stake out, chop out.
We'll get 2 choices. We can either we'll
Yeah.
get 3 choices. We can ask the locals. We can stake the place out, or if you're desperate, you can whoever's collected the meat, we can track them down and kick the living daylights out of them and have a look at the meat.
Or all three, in fact.
I would say we ask the locals. We watch to see where the meat is delivered from and where they're getting the meat from, perhaps. And I don't think taking the meat away from those that have got it would be a very good idea.
No, but we could question those who've got it and ask if this happens often and is the meat nice and what have you.
Then perhaps we should divide and conquer. Some of us ask
Vorka
around about.
wants to sneak in. Vorka wants to sneak in and see if he can get a look behind the counter through that open door, and see if he can see anything untoward going on back there.
Aha! So while we're all discussing this, Vorka buggers off. Hey.
Okie dokie. That's where things get. Okay. As you open the door.
What, Vorka?
What door?
It's invisible.
That was
Are
a
we
well
missing
spent day.
anybody?
I don't think so. We're all here, right? I can't remember it being.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What comes after 4?
Where'd the goblin go?
Bloody hell! Where's Vorka?
Wait a minute! I never even noticed he's left a stuffed teddy bear in his place.
Cadence,
How did he do that?
Are you happy with your 29 after I've done a
yes,
notice
I
check? Even though you saw my dice explode.
Yes.
Okay, well, okay, you popped your head into the shop, which is hopefully you can see the map, and only Vorka because he's the
Yes,
only
I
one in the
can.
shop. Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah. Basically, looking inside, there's a tall man with bushy eyebrows that merge into one just above his large flat nose. I'm not sure which one. That would be. There we are. Okay, so oh, damn it. So that's the guy with the bushy eyebrows merging just above his broad fat nose. That.
I'm only seeing Mulder. I'm not seeing.
That's probably because you're sticking your head just in the door. There you go.
You're not seeing Scully.
No.
Oh yeah, sorry. Oh, there you go. I must have unmuted it. Must have accidentally hit him when trying to click on him earlier. Okay. Oh no, I've lost my train of thought. I've lost where I am. 2 guards.
Guy with the unibrow and
Yeah,
the other guy.
a wheezy man whose chainmail just doesn't quite fit his ample frame. Unfortunately, unfortunately, the biggest problem you've got is getting past Mulder. Yeah, even with a really good stealth roll, he is blocking the way further in. Unfortunately, but see, obviously, you will quite easily get inside the shop without them noticing you. There are still people coming in and trying to asking for meat, but there
The
doesn't appear to
table
be.
here in front of the window, is that a
Yes.
table? Could I, like, sneak under it?
Yeah, you certainly could sneak under the table. No problem at
Okay,
all.
then I want to sneak under the table and hop the counter behind Baldrago.
So much for asking about everything else and doing everything else. Okay. Let's have an athletics check. And if you critically fail it,
I'm going to kick hamburger all over the place.
yep, there you go. Where you headed?
I'm going to head over the counter and come over here. You said the door was slightly ajar, so...
It did say the door was slightly ajar in the description.
So I will then sneak into the hallway.
Sneak into the hallway.
There's a room down here, so I will come down here a little further to the room. Ooh,
Okay.
stairs down even.
Stairs up, believe it or not, actually. Lead up. Those stairs lead up, apparently. They look like they go down, but apparently they go up.
Okay, either way.
Yeah. You get the impression as you go through as you go past that door there was very much a stale stink of day old meat and blood in the vicinity of that door.
Yeah, the bad guys are never behind the first door in. So, I mean, that's... I will go back to the double door, and I will listen at the double door.
Listen at the double door. Okay.
The Dumbledore says, "Ah, alas, earwax."
Okay. This is it's the middle of the day, so they don't think they do the during the day. Okay, 75% chance. Let's see what we get. 90. Oh, okay. Okay. You don't actually hear anything behind that door. On that percentile roll, you don't hear anything behind that door.
Okay. In that case, I will go ahead and go up the stairs.
You dookie. Oh, yeah, actually, you should be able to. Go up the stairs.
Oh, look, there we go.
Isn't that cool?
Yay!
Okay, I can do that.
Portals through it verbally.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, I did turn the windows into windows. Haha.
Yeah, yeah.
I forgot to do that on the old fishery.
Okay. In that case, I will come and I will listen at this door.
There's somebody snoring behind this door.
But he's snoring, okay. I want to see if I can quietly open this door. I guess the first question is it locked?
It should. I would say it probably is locked if whoever's behind it is sleeping. So I'm going to say, yeah. A very
Okay.
delicate a very delicate attempt to open the door finds that it won't open.
Okay. I will go ahead and go back downstairs then.
Do love that portal. When portal works, it's beautiful, isn't
When
it?
Portal works, it's wonderful, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and check this door here, just because I suspect this is the cutting room. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-doop.
Hey. Go. You bring everyone else back later, we can give the descriptions to everyone. You're there in the middle of the day, so the room's empty, of course, because all the meat's gone out.
I'm sure Walker can find a little scrap there that would be goblin food.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I mean, Vorka picks up a piece of straw off the floor and starts sucking on it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, there's blood all over the place in this room, yeah.
Okay, so that, I think I know what all that is. So, I think I want to go ahead and try these doors back here just real quick.
Okay. As you can imagine, it's not a pleasant room.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I expected. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait, there's more doors.
You
over
moved
there.
in?
Wow,
You've
this
moved in?
place has got, yeah.
There you go. What you can hear,
Yeah.
what you can hear through those, what you can hear through through that door and that door, is the sound of what's the sound of livestock and someone talking to them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like groaning and moaning at them.
Talking back, as it were, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. In which case, I will come up and I will jump out this window to go back outside. I don't want to go through the front entrance again.
Okie dokie, that is going to definitely be an athletics check to jump down from the first floor. Sorry, the second floor. Let's be American here. First floor UK, second floor America.
The upper of the two stories.
The upper story,
floor,
yes.
yes.
The upper floor. Much easier that way. Go for it.
7.
Okay, you're fine. I won't be cruel and make you take any falling damage
Okay.
for that.
Okay, and I will go back out to the group. Okay. I went in there and I looked it around a little bit. Okay, and
Clayton's balls, the teddy bear's talking.
Hang, did he just replace that?
what teddy bear? There's no teddy bears. I've been sitting here the whole time.
You know, you should be on the stage. That's fantastic.
It was very
So
impressive.
there's the main entrance where they're selling the meats. Okay, and then behind there is a hallway. It goes back to like all the slaughtery stuff. Okay, but there's also stairs that go upstairs, and I think that's where the guy that we're looking for. He's up there. I think he's sleeping. The door was locked, and there was definitely snoring. So I think that's where we need to end up to talk to the guy and see if he's a real bad guy or just kind of a bad guy.
I see. And was there nobody else in there?
There was somebody in there talking to the aminals.
Ah, I see. I think perhaps it would still behoove us to gather a little more information. But you have done well, Master Walker. That intelligence is very valuable to us, I believe. Perhaps if we were to ask around, we could find out a little more about what has been happening with this shop since it has opened up under its new ownership.
Networking time. Ah, okay. Let's assume you're going to do it the nice way to begin with. That's persuasion to socialize within your various social circles for informational. When used this way, persuasion isn't a single exchange, but several hours of networking, hobnobbing, carousing, drinks, gifts, bribing, entertaining. Might represent roaming a marketplace or a series of meetings with important people or an evening of food and drink. Success grants most of what you want, though it may take a while, cost some money, and require a favour in return. Obviously, if you're doing it asking people, you probably won't need a favour in return. A raise gets even more of what you want, what you were looking for, or at a lower cost. Failure means your efforts are in vain. You can catch more flies with honey than vinegar, as the saying goes. If you're willing to spread a little lucre around, you get to re-roll your networking attempt, spending money on better bribes, gifts, or etc. The amount required is up to the GM and the nature of the contacts you interact with. But yeah, I'd say a couple of gold pieces here and there will allow you a free re-roll on your networking attempt.
Well, since these are former guardsmen, and I've worked as a bouncer in various inns and what have you around Corvosa, I would like to ask folks that I know in that kind of area if these guardsmen are maybe using this as a front for something else, or if they are genuinely just, they've decided to become butchers.
Indeed. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Say, only cost you about 6 gold pieces.
Okay, I'll spend 6 gold pieces on that quite happily.
So apparently, what were your questions again? I was reading at the time. I was listening, but I managed to forget the second I finished.
Yeah, have they genuinely decided to effectively retire from the guard and become butchers, or is this a front for something else?
Well,
and have the various doormen heard anything around that sort of thing?
Okay, so I think being who you're asking, you're not going to get all the information available. You'll get certain bits of information. What you gather is that the place was boarded over and empty until quite recently when the Cowhammer boys moved in.
They have a name for themselves, do they? Okay.
Yep, the Cowhammer boys. What you and in answer to your question, apparently what you also gather with your raise is that the Cowhammer boys are out as mercenaries. And if you wish to hire them in this manner, you simply walk into the shop and ask about the night's special cuts.
Oh.
What you get. So what's everyone else doing while Justice is doing that?
I'm just kind of tagging along because I don't know why this is all strange to me.
So here's the question from in Skullduggery. Are they paying any protection to anybody, or can we just like rob them, or do they make any money, or is that a good place to rob?
So who are you asking that?
Oh, I'm asking some old contacts from the gang that we used to run with.
He's working the streets.
I know he's working the streets. How much money are you prepared to put out to get that information? I'm just curious.
16 gold pieces.
16 gold pieces. 16 gold pieces will most certainly buy you a reroll if you want one. But if you don't want to reroll, you don't need to spend the 16 gold, obviously. It's up to you. And I'm not necessarily saying you'll probably get much out of it, but it's up to you.
No, we won't. We'll just take the 6.
That's fine. Basically, the response the response back is they're guard, they're Kavosan guards. They've got they know people. They know signs. They spot things. This is one of those places. It's not worth the risk to rob. Is the general consensus around here? Robbing the guard is always asking for trouble.
But they're not the guard, though, are they?
That's what you're told. They're the Corvosan guard, because they are.
So they're not working for anybody else. I'm going to piss off if
the word you get back is that the word on the street is they're Corvosan guards, and therefore people are too scared to rob them. Whether no one's actually sort of sure if they're former guards or what they're really up to, but the word on the street is they're part of the royal guard. There's no one's risking it.
Nobody's pushing to find out anything more because they're part of the guard.
Basically. That still leaves Sassafras and Leia and Borka if they want to ask around.
Well, that's what they don't say is more important. Is it means they aren't connected to the underworld.
Yeah.
Do I see any of my
cruising for?
Do I see any of my kind around here? Because unless I see a gnome, I'm not going to.
Can notice check.
Are your kind only gnomes, or are your kind also students and apprentices?
Exactly.
Well, if they're from the academy, they're not going to talk to me. From the Tumanexus Academy, I'm kind of like on leave.
You don't spot any gnomes about the place, but you do see a couple of people you think you remember from some of the lesson classes.
I'm going to approach them and introduce myself as a student there that they might have seen me around and tell them we were just curious as to what's going on around here. That meat market seems a little, cheap.
Well, yes. How persuasive are you being on your questioning, Sassafras? That's the question, isn't it? That's fine. You'll get the bog standard answer, which is basically every day they give out free meat to those. The Cowhammer boys have a program of free meat during this time of unrest, and they're keeping many families from going hungry. It's all you get out of them.
So then they've probably made themselves a lot of friends.
Well, they're obviously heroes around this part of the neck of the woods. You imagine, yes.
Yeah, that information tells me that we want to go careful, because if they're giving away free meat to keep people from starving, they're going to be looked at as the good guys.
Just leaves Leia and Walker. Obviously, Walker's already been inside, but whether he wants to ask on the street is really down to him.
I want to listen to the passers-by and listening to conversations as best that, pardon me, especially people who took meat and so on.
I mean, the first thing that popped in my mind is what they're actually doing is distributing drugs in the meat parcels. And that's people going out to sell it.
Well, Leia sniffed it, and she would have with her.
It was pork.
What they were giving away? But the last few bits that went out were pork. That's what Leia sniffed. Yes. Let's have a persuasion roll.
Come on, dice, work. Or rather, cursor. The dice are probably fine. There you go. Really? I think I'm trying to steal their food.
Yes, indeed. I think that could possibly be the case. I think they
tore a putty tat sneaking up on them. They did take a putty tat sneaking up on them. I'm sorry.
That's going to be worth a penny.
I don't disagree. I'm trying to sort something out.
Oh, I do hope Mistress Leah hasn't started a street brawl.
Okay, here we go. Okie dokie. I need to go. Oh no, let's just do random. Do that. And do that. And go. So up here. Yeah. There we go. That's what I was hoping on. And then go up a level from there and go. Whatever. Let's go with.
Did she say Resident Evil?
I don't think she did. I don't know what she said, but
That's what I heard.
go with that. And I'm going to do the. Obviously, going to do that. And then the last thing I'm going to do is go back to there. That way. Okay. Yes, I can. Oh, yeah, that will do nicely. That will do beautifully.
Beautiful.
Indeed. Just be dark. Okay, get rid of that, get rid of that. Go. Yeah. So, yeah, there we go. That's good. That. How annoying is that? Delete these because I made a mistake there. Again. Yeah, I can't work out what she's saying.
I don't think it's in English.
I don't think it is. I think you're right. Oh, there we go. How did he... Yeah, basically, obviously, someone obviously notices you hanging around, and after a few moments, you realise that there seems to be a number of very interested individuals in your hanging aroundedness.
I'm sorry, could you translate that into, well, person?
And one of them at which point one of them walks up to you and goes, "Hello, furry, hand over your purse."
I think not.
Notice he's got quite a few friends.
Quite a few. We're talking more or less than 5. Ah, Ali, me, things.
I need notice checks from the rest of the party, please.
Okay.
Oh. Keep betting that actually. Oh, I'm failing.
Okie dokie, Thaddeus. Surprised.
In fact, I'll roll it. There you go. What's the
Thaddeus is not surprised. Okay.
It's just that if I notice them, I mean, I can see. I can shout a warning to everybody else because I can see for miles.
Thank you. Right. Yes, I'm going to do that. I might even do that. That's better. missed. Interesting. My menu bar's vanished. How annoying is that?
Well, it shouldn't be too bad. They always overcharge for those drinks.
Oh no! Now it's got the only way. No, they didn't get. Or it didn't get. It didn't get my menu bar back, and all I've done is now moved everything again. I do wish the window. I do wish there was a way to remember the site, the location of everything on your desktop. If you shrink the window size, you know what I mean. It's very annoying. Very annoying when I have to put everything back. I want it on a different side to where they want to keep it.
I'm just happy to have combat in a vertical alley. It makes much more room to fit everything on your screen.
Fair enough.
I can
Yeah.
fit combat tracker, my character sheet, and the whole alley in, and nothing's hidden.
Fair
Right.
enough. Okay, so basically, the one that said is talking to you, gives you purse. You determined at the last second that someone else was coming up behind and trying to sap you on the back of the head. It failed.
I don't think so, young man.
Yeah, you're quite quickly surrounded. They're definitely you have a distinct. Oh dear. Yeah, obviously what actually happens here is basically the week after you buy the dice, they turn on you. As the last one comes in to try and enclose you from behind, you see him coming, and basically with a flick of your tail, you trip him before he actually gets to approach you, and he is prone. Obviously, they've determined they're all suddenly stepping out of the shadows of this alleyway. Gastus, someone approaches you and barely misses you by trying to push you on the back of the head as you're walking down the alleyway.
How very dare he?
I think they're thieves, Gastus. I don't think they mean to be nice.
You picked up on that, huh?
Well, I mean, we're kind of sheltered in the school, and a whistle down, everybody knows everybody, but, you know.
My dice have let me down completely here. I'm very upset. Let's just play beat the crap out of the punk. Crying out loud. They have turned against me. The dice have turned against me. It is official. Oh, finally a hit. Obviously, unfortunately, as they swarm all over you, the last one catches you unawares. The last one, the one who eventually, the one who tried to nab your purse in the first place. Obviously, seeing all the others pummeling you and you're just blocking everywhere, just comes in after you get a slight, as you're caught off the side of the head with one of them and clocks you one dead center. Lands. It's going to land quite. No, you avoid it at the last second, jerking your head to the side just in time to avoid the blow.
Is it my turn yet?
No, not yet.
No, I'm saying that to them.
Yes, I know. And last but not least, because I've got to be fair, I'm going to try and clonk Thaddeus and miss. Okay, that brings us to Sassafras.
No, I'm not actually. They attacked me, but I didn't engage with them, so I'm not engaged, so I can move.
Yeah, they engaged.
You are engaged. You've been engaged by them. You are engaged.
I have not met her fiance yet. I can't help myself. I think it's a problem.
So Sassafras is getting married in this campaign then.
Hey!
required.
It has, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what size template I use.
Havoc's medium in it.
Yeah, so
Right. Why did I think you said temple?
I tell you what, I would seriously laugh if somebody plays Get Savage.
To do what?
To get Leah sweep.
Unfortunately, that won't work because in Pathfinder you have to have a two-handed weapon. to sweep.
Two-handed weapon to sweep.
Oh, that would
my
be
map
also funny.
go? I just lost the map. Can you share it again with me?
Oh,
I'm gonna
it
go.
moved.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend the extra PowerPoint to get a larger boost template.
Okie dokie. And selective, I assume.
Just so I can get all 4 of these.
For it. Oh dear, I think that's a good casting.
Yeah, and that's with arrays, so they gotta do this. Well, let me do the distracted first.
See, this is where I'm a bit knocked. I can't see my shortcut bar. Automatically hide the taskbar. That might solve my problem for now. It does. At least I can see the screen now.
Oh, they are strength at -2 to see if they get knocked off. Back.
Indeed, I just couldn't remember what the shortcut was for. I couldn't remember what the shortcut was for -2. Okay, cut person number 4 gets to make a strength check. Fails. Cut person 10 gets to make a strength check. And fails. Cut person 5 gets to make a strength check. And fails. Cut person 6 gets to make a strength check. And fails. Roll those 2d6. Yeah, they're all going everywhere. That way, 6 inches puts him.
Puts him into the building.
Slaps him into the building over there. 2d4 damage. Oh, thank you, dice, for being crap on that score at least. Okay, that way would take him into the corner of that bit. I just moved up instead of that guy by mistake. Moves him to there. He takes 2d4 damage. Now you let me down, dice. Typical. Oh, he's shaken. And he's going to hit that building there, taking 2d4 damage. 7 points of damage, so he's okay. And this one is probably going to clip there, taking 2d4 damage. And he's okay. There we go.
And then I'm going to take advantage of the fact that I got them all away from me to move up here and hide behind Gastus.
Okay, you move up behind Gastus. Seems like a sensible thing to me. Bill's Leo's turn.
Yes, it is. A moment, please. Which one's the leader? Was it cut person 9?
Cut person 9 was the one who basically called you furry and said, hand over your purse.
Yes, he was there. That was the one. So, I am going to go for a wild attack called shot to the vitals on cut person 9. And I will turn and look him in the eye and say, you see, it's very rude to grab somebody's sack without permission. Guess where I'm calling the shot?
I really don't know.
I grab his sack. And then I see if I can rip it off him.
Oh, I should have put attack. I should have put attack -4, but that's okay. It's still a 6,
Still a
which
hit.
is a hit. It's just not a hit with a raise.
Yeah, so it's
My
But you
dice
do- you
will
st-
roll wrong.
Still +6 damage.
It's still going to be plus
True.
6 damage. Yeah. You still
I
get
don't
to.
know how to roll the correct dice because my dice are going to automatically put the raise on.
No, because Kev's changed the attack number, so it's down to a normal
Oh.
hit.
That's all right then. In which case, we'll just do this. So, do I manage to rip his purse off, or rather
Did
his
you?
sack?
Did you?
Well,
You didn't.
there's an extra
you-
+4 on that.
I was going to say you didn't put the extra damage on, did you?
No.
No.
Yeah, just on +2, so it'd be another 4 on that.
Yeah, I think he dies very painfully. And you're holding a
look
leather
at
pouch.
The others holding his sack.
Leather
Say,
pouch, yes.
Yes, leather pouch. And look at the others and say, "You see, you wouldn't like it, would you, gentlemen?"
I get the impression that's definitely a spirit check on their part next turn. Thaddeus.
What's the range on that then? So
Everyone in the audience sitting here with crossed legs.
yeah, Thaddeus will whistle for a dog. So I'll have a wolf bite cut past 3, please. You have to put it on the combat tracker. Done silence.
Yes, because I'm just still trying to work this one out.
So in allies on my character sheet, I've got a wolf.
You got a wolf?
A wolf.
Where are you getting that from?
From his
Because
summon
it's
power.
it's a summon for 5 power points.
Yeah, is that a witch ability? Is what I'm asking.
No, it's yeah, you can cast summon.
Yeah, because summon normally summons an attendant, a bodyguard. At novice level, normally summons an attendant. That's what I'm
Yes,
asking.
but you can rename them for you can rename them.
It looks like a wolf.
Yes, it looks like a wolf.
And it's called a wolf, but it's an attendant.
It is an attendant. Sorry, that was why I was confused. I do apologise. That's all I was trying to get my. I understand the trapping idea. That's not a problem. If you said it is, you got me confused because you've not done it before, so I'm still trying to work it out.
But it sounds like he spent extra power points on it to give it some extra bits, and therefore he's made the correct thing that's on his...
So it's an attendant. It's an attendant. It's
Yes.
it's an attendant with an extra power point for a trait increase to fighting, a trait increase to a bite
Fine.
attack.
Yeah, no, that's
D6.
Yeah, that's
And
absolutely fine. I understand.
forensic.
I understand all that. That's not a problem. That's what you've done. I understand it now, and in future I won't be confused. And look, I've even given you a pretty wolf token for it.
It's very
There we
cute.
go. Very good.
And I'll actually update your character sheet so it's always got that token for the future. Sorry, it's just the first time we do these things. I just need to understand. Just to,
Yeah. Did you take it from the character sheet?
I did.
Right. Okay. Right. Here we go.
I need to do a bat while I'm at it, don't I?
Okay. So it's a hit and a miss. Oh, let's Benny that for a laugh. Right, he is shaking and the gang got bonus gets mashed a bit.
You shake him. Ugh. My tracker moved just as I hit apply. Very confusing. Oh, he's the one who was already prone on the ground because he tripped up. Okie dokie. That brings us to Vorka, who I noticed there's a a love-shaped cone, love heart-coloured cone appearing on the map.
Yes, he does. He's going to step forward just a little bit.
Wow, that gets
And
all
then
of them,
he's
doesn't
going
it?
to scream out, "All you need is love!" as he throws his belly with his holy symbol on it forward.
Surely Vorka needs to, do two at the same time, because then there will be a love heart.
Yeah, exactly.
I am obviously putting in selective.
Does the spell effect go? Does the spell effect go da 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 after he shouts it?
Well, I think we're going to mimic that one. We'll get to it in a minute.
Yeah, just go through it, but then we'll apply them, and then you can re-roll after.
Wow, really? I'm rolling for caca here. There we go. Okay, he's definitely dead.
I'll kill him now, then.
He's definitely dead.
Keeping the
So
shaken.
we've got 2.
Actually, that shaken seems to have doubled round anyway. For why?
So let's go ahead and Benny a couple of those.
Well, hold fire. Something's up. I'm
Holding fire.
confused. So cut past 1, you rolled 7 points of damage. Which, oh, I see. Yeah, the first one you rolled. Yeah, okay. And then you did 2 points. That's why I got confused. So as it stands at the moment, okay, that's fine. There are 3 left. As it stands at the moment, one of those 3 is shaken. So do you want to apply the shaken, or do you want to re-roll the shaken as well? That's all I'm asking.
We'll go ahead and just leave him shaken.
Okay, we'll apply the shaken.
Shake on top. Oh no, that is a shake on top of a nothing.
Yeah, that's a shake on top of nothing. Okay, there's 2 left. So if you want to re-roll now, it will work.
Yeah, let's just re-roll on the one that did no damage.
Okay.
Let's re-roll that again.
But it will do it on the other one. But yeah.
Oh come on, really? Okay, apparently I am not going to be doing any damage to him.
No, evidently not.
Okay.
You didn't spend the extra power point for selective, obviously.
I did, yes.
Yes. Just to remind you, I didn't doubt it for a second. Okay. So what did you hit them with? What is your trapping?
This spray of hearts comes out, and the little points stab into a whole bunch of them.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Because with new characters, got to get used to the trappings. And I shall let you end your turn, and then it is over to Gust.
Right. So, at this point, I'm going to step between Sassafras and the other 2 over here that have been knocked back, because she's obviously come over looking for some protection. And I will cast my head over my shoulders at everybody behind me, and saying, now, ladies and gentlefolk, please remember when we're dealing with the Cowhammer boys, we're supposed to take them alive. I'm sure these gentlemen would appreciate if we did the same for them. Wouldn't you, gentlemen? And I will smile sweetly at the 2 that are on the ground in front of me while preparing my defences.
Okie dokie. Being persuasive there or anything? Or are you just speaking?
I'm being sort of generally persuasive. I suppose I'll test the one that's nearest me.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
Yes, the one on the floor might reconsider these life choices.
That's what I'm hoping.
Great, cool, that didn't kick in.
It didn't, did it?
That.
He's shaken by that.
So many extensions plugged in there. game. It won't be. Where is the creative combat setting? Is it actually? It's. I know I just got a ticket to say creative combat somewhere, don't I? I can't remember where. Setting rules. Creative combat is on. I don't know why it didn't work. You rolled anyway, so you're shaken. You want to... oh, you made him distracted. That's fine, thank you. Oh, no, he's already distracted, so you'll make him vulnerable, won't you?
I'll make him vulnerable, yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't know. I think something might have happened to the fast test. It looks like it might. But now I've got so many extensions running at the moment. I haven't got time. I'm going to assume that there's an interesting situation, and it is not everyone gets bennies.
Hooray!
I'm using a Benny. I'm using another Benny. I'm not using any more Bennies. I think the cut purses aren't going to get a chance to run away. Sassafras, you're up.
A Joker. So I'm gonna get all brave here because I got all these brave people. Well, no, I think Leah needs some help, so I'm gonna move up that way and totally disregard the guy.
I really don't think she does, but yes.
Oh, she looks like she needs help.
He's playing marbles at the moment. Yeah, okay, you move to there.
I'm considering offering the wolf some sweetmeats.
Selective, so I got 1, 2, 3. I like Havoc. And because I don't have a lot of combat powers yet, because I'm a student. Yeah, that works. Oh no, I got lots of bennies. Let me benny at one time. Maybe I get better. Yeah, that's with a raise, so let me put the distracted on. Just trying to help. No. Strength on -2 for each of them.
You have distracted them and you got the raise, didn't you? So, okay, here we go.
Yes, I did. Because I got lots of bennies.
Nope, he did crit fail. Roll that 2d6 while you're at it.
That did get hit, got hit hard.
Oh, I can see a house here.
Oh, one of them might actually. One of them doesn't go.
He braced himself.
I'm going to be really rather cruel, and yeah, I'm hitting. I'm afraid Vorka and Gastus. I'll give you a chance to evade. I'm going to be generous. Hope you get to make an evasion check. Because you're standing there with your back to and you're
Hang on. No, that wasn't evasion. That's evasion. Still failed, but you know, it wasn't quite so bad.
Okay.
It might not hit you, it might ricochet off of Orca. So.
If Vorka's small enough, he probably just bounces off of Vorka's head and keeps right on going.
Well, that's the net result, basically. That's the net result, as the guy just barrels through both of you. Vorka's shaken, Gastus is shaken, the cut purse doesn't survive the impacts.
Yeah, that backflip off Orca's shield is probably fatal.
Yeah, he basically, he hits Vorka, goes up into the air, hits Gastus but from behind, but basically carries on tumbling upwards, and that's very much the. So basically, he comes down. Post number 3. You know, does it show the damage on?
Yeah, and didn't 2 of them fail?
There we go. Yeah, no, I'm just dealing with the first one because he went through everyone in the party. He goes up
Me,
there.
I step to the side. I yell as he goes sailing by me, incoming!
Okay, that's Vorka is shaken. Gastus is shaken. Gastus, so you're sort of all preparing yourself, and then you get hit in the back by a by a dead cutpurse who basically hit Vorka's shield and basically just was dead by the time he hit you. Scary. Okay, Thaddeus, you're up, sir. Good everywhere.
Right, okay, so Thaddeus will step to there.
Get your meat here, fresh something or other.
And he will try to stab this guy.
Yep.
Missing. I'm going to Benny that for because I can. Still misses him. So we will have the dog
Play
will move
fetch.
to there and try and bite him.
Okay.
Oh yes, it does open. Yes, it works. It works. Oh, 2 misses. He's lucky, ain't he?
Oh, he is.
Oh, sorry. Before I finish my turn, is anybody distracted or vulnerable?
Leia's vulnerable.
No, I meant enemies.
Oh yeah, there are several distracted enemies.
Who's distracted? Oh, right, the
They're all
guy.
distracted.
Right, so the guy I just attacked is distracted.
Yes.
I'll just have a laugh at him then, and we'll put a cackle hex on him.
Run. Run. Dumba, are you distracting?
So the one I just attacked.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Is that number 10? Is it?
So he's permanently distracted now, isn't he?
Yes. He's not going to recover through his turn.
Yeah, 80's enough. Okay. Oh, flipping hell. If you change the description, it removes the counter. That's quite annoying. Okie dokie. That is Thaddeus done. And it's now Gastus's turn.
Right, I'm going to walk over here.
Yes.
Help this chap up to his feet. And say, now, I think you and your friends should really think your life choices. Run now before I decide to not persuade them to stop killing you. There's a good fellow.
Okay. Oh dear.
Balls.
I am.
Got them right here.
So far, the only one that's been getting those crit fails has been Gastus.
No, Leia
You,
got
want
them.
to you might want to rethink your character choices, dude.
Well, ironically, he was going to run away, but obviously now you've shown a sign of weakness that that his predatory instincts probably can't dissuade. Do you know what I mean?
Can we not interview people that are trying to kill us?
Right. Okay.
Brings us to Leia, who was surrounded, but they all seem to have flown off.
No, he's still got one there.
As he went bust, I'm going to take his saying, "Oh, balls," as a request, so I'm going to chuck the testicles towards him.
Doing another cool shot, are you?
Uh,
Or you just attacking
no,
and
I'll
stuff?
take out this one normally, but I'm going to throw the testicles I've already got in my hand to Gastus, because he said, "Oh, balls," so I'm going to throw them for him.
It's like
see.
multi-action to me then.
It is a multi-action, yes, indeed. Is it athletics to throw something?
It is. I don't think you make him throw that far, but anyway, that is
No,
20,
they'll probably
24
skid to the floor
yards.
somewhere. I wasn't throwing for accuracy, for distance. I'm not throwing it as a weapon, more the way you'd chuck somebody a set of keys if they'd forgotten them or something. And then I will subsequently attack this guy. Oops, that was meant to be 2 less. It's a 6, not an 8. I forgot to put on the -2 for the second action because I'm an idiot.
They land there. Right, they land there.
That's a terrible shot.
Okay, but you did hit the guy.
Yes, it's that attack roll's actually a 6, not an 8. Would that have still hit?
Yes.
Okay then, I'll do that. There you go. Oh,
Down he
he's
goes.
gone down, I see. In which case, I'll start wandering that way.
Okay. I think that brings us to the cut purses. Cut purse 1.
You know, I've got an ability that every time I successfully hit someone and cause some damage, they are, I think it's either distracted or vulnerable or something like that. But
Stunning
so far,
fist.
everybody I've hit has just died.
It's every time you hit with a raise.
Well, I've not, as of yet, I've not hit someone and not had a fatal result of that hit.
Well,
Right.
you know,
The trouble is, when you hit with a raise, you do 1d10 raised.
Yeah, that's true.
If they survive that, then...
Yeah, somebody might soak, you know.
One of these days it might happen. Tavis, incoming card.
You'll have to do better than that, dear boy.
He wants to escape, so he's trying to hit you really hard. There you go.
Tav, I gave you a card.
You did, but I think I'm just going to soak that one.
Fair enough.
You do, but obviously he's not hanging around. He hits you with that uppercut and then tries to make a break for it.
At which point, I will have a go for him.
Mm-hmm. Go for it. I deliberately haven't accepted his move yet, so you could skewer him.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to clock him with the pommel of my rapier.
Ooh! Tap of the skull much.
But I was going for a non-lethal blow with the pommel.
Okay, down he goes.
Tweet, 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 tweet.
Well, basically put him incapacitated, but obviously leave him
Yeah.
there because he's not actually, he's not bleeding out. Okay, we'll turn all those off because he won't do any of those. Number 6 runs away. was cut purse 10 then, because the last one was 6. No, he can't recover, and he's pinned in. Okay. Mind you, I haven't got any bennies left, so I can't do anything with him. That gets us to Vorka, who recovers from being hit by a dead cut purse. Hit in the shield by a dead cut purse.
I think I'm going to come over here. It looks like Thaddeus has got that one fairly well wrapped up. So I'm going to come down here next to Gastus.
Is he not incapacitated?
I'm not
He
this
is
guy out, yeah.
incapacitated. Yeah, okay. Never mind then. I will squeeze over here next to Thaddeus, and I'll whack this guy with the flat of my blade.
Back away. I do believe it's technically a -1 to do a non-lethal attack, isn't it? But I don't remember the rule.
Yeah, it's only a -1 because he's got an edged weapon.
Non-lethal, apply, goes. What's going on there? I'm applying the damage and it's not actually putting it on them. But anyway, down he goes. Okay, I do believe, for all intents and purposes, that's it. Cut purse for those, unless anyone wants to do anything to those 2 cut purses that are running away at the north, we could exit out of combat. But if you want to do something to those 2 cut purses going away, I can do another round.
Away, I'm going to let them.
Yeah, you're right. It's not English. Okay, there we go. Combat over. Unlocking tokens.
Oh, I'm going to bind this one's hands behind his back with a rope. And if that fellow over there is either he's unconscious as well, I'll then drag the 2 of them together and tie them up and say, please, can we try to not kill too many people?
These aren't the guards that we're looking for.
No, but just because they're not the people we've been specifically asked to not kill, doesn't mean you can just kill anybody else. If
Well, I
we're
thought
working
that
with
if they attack you, I thought you could just kill them. I mean, isn't...
I felt justified as I was surrounded by 8 of them against just me.
I appreciate that, Mistress Leah, but if we are to work with the guard, while these people are clearly mistreated, we don't know their story. We don't know why they've been driven to steal. Perhaps they are absolutely the scum of the earth, but maybe they've been driven to this through hunger. We should take these 2, at least, that have been captured, back to the Citadel, and then I would suggest we perhaps stake out the butchers, and with what we know of them so far, they're hiring themselves out as mercenaries. Perhaps we can follow some of them on the jobs they're doing tonight, or see where their meat is being delivered from. If there is very little meat coming into the city, it is surprising they have so much.
When Gastus says they may be the scum of the earth, Vorka bends down to the one he's standing next to and kind of looks at his face, pulls it back and forth, and as soon as he's done talking, he looks up and goes, he didn't work with them. He's not scum.
Well, he may be scum that has at least some standards, but these 2 at least we should turn into the guard, and my suggestion is we come back tonight and see what kind of meat gets delivered. No objections. Very well, that's what we shall do then.
No, you had me at night.
I can't think of a better idea.
Right, we'll hand in a couple of cut purses and then come back.
Okay, you handed a couple of cut purses and come back. I shall close off that map. Huzzah. And do all those cut purses. Okay, you come back in the evening.
And see if they're out doing mercenarying or waiting in for meat delivery or whatever.
Indeed. So the butcher's shop after dark. Okay. Once the sun sets, the door you see them closing and locking the front door, but lights burn in the windows of those back areas that Forker explored for several hours before going out. Livestock, usually cattle pigs, is brought into a pen area around the back, so you do find another way in. Every morning, just before the shop opens. Can I have your choice of a survival or notice check at -2? So the survival check is not at -2, the notice check is.
Well, I think I'm going to go with notice at -2 because I do not have survival. However, my street smarts have told me what it is I need to know.
Oh, this does not have a inklings. Reminded me of the old BBC series Day of the Trivets. Okay. Gastus. Obviously, I forgot to clear the thingy, so Sassafras doesn't have a Joker bonus officially, so.
Yeah, and she's not real observant because this is all kind of weird. It's not nice and safe like the school was.
Yeah. Okay, Gastus. From what you've understood about, and others have found out about the amount of meat they give out on a nightly basis, on a daily basis, you are convinced the number of animals that came into the place won't give them enough meat in the morning.
Yeah, that was plan number 2. So the plan number 1's where they were distributing drugs in the meat, and plan number 2 was it's not meat.
Well, some of it obviously is, but the thing is, this could be just that they've got a light delivery today. I think we need to wait until they've opened and see if the amount of meat that they're giving out today is more than they've had delivered today. We don't want to go off half.
So you're going to spend another day. Okay, you're going to go back when the shop's open again and keep an eye on it during the day. That's fine.
Because if they've just had a light delivery today, going in and going, right, you're clearly bringing in dodgy meat from somewhere, we could be setting ourselves up for a fall here.
Traffic in and out of the building is heavy in the first few hours of the day as the locals arrive in large numbers for free meat. And again, like yesterday, about as about the time he gets in later, stragglers wander in throughout the rest of the day, but the meat is gone not long after noon, as you saw the day before. And yeah, more meat came out than you were convinced that could have possibly gone in.
Okay, in that case, a little later in the day, because if they're working as mercenaries, they're clearly going to be taking pay for it, and they're going to be, well, wanting money for it. I'm going to go in and ask for the night's special cuts.
Okie dokie, that means I get to bring the map back up. I might shrink it a bit. It's a bit better on my beige. I need to open this back up. I need here. I need to go show front.
And before I go in, however, clearly they're getting hired for dodgy jobs. I'm going to ask Thaddeus if he minds if I take a hit out on him.
See, I told you they had that in for me. What did I say?
Well, not actually. If they're willing to be hired to go and kill somebody, then clearly they need to be dealt with. But if I can hire them to come and kill you and to tell them where you're likely to be, then we can ambush them when they come to kill you, and we can take out however many of them actually come to do the job, and we have them for attempted murder. We're not actually members of the guard, therefore setting them up like this isn't exactly a sting. What do you think?
I think you're acting like you've thought this way before. It's a little disturbing.
Well, I suppose we could let them sneak up on me in the dark, I suppose.
Indeed, I can tell them that you're holing up in the old Lentinius warehouses.
Yeah, just make it pitch black inside. That will inspire confidence.
Okay, so I will head up to the counter and I'll sort of look at what meat is left there and
There isn't
shake
any.
my head at it.
Well,
There isn't
hardly any. There is hardly any left, I should say. There is some.
Yeah, I'll look at the couple of bits that are left, and shake my head at them, and turn to.
You get to there.
Mm-hmm.
You get to there, looking in, and at which point, Baldrago takes one look at you and tells you to kick off.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Is there a problem? I was.
You got the distinct impression he looked you up and down, took at the cuts of your clothing, came to the conclusion you're not starving, and basically tells you to politely say, kick off.
Yeah, I'm terribly sorry. I was looking for, and I'll gesture at the remaining meat on the table, the night's special cuts. Do you have
This
any of them available?
immediately brings a change to their hostility. Mulder nods to Baldrago, who closes the front door.
Oh, okay.
Shut the front door.
To allow a little, Mulder says, just to allow a little privacy.
Well, it is always best when arranging something special, isn't it?
They basically then say the Cowhammer boys are quite happy to hire themselves out for petty thuggery. They ask no questions of who. We ask no questions of who hires them. We only demand a payment of 50 gold for the person you wish beaten.
Ah. Well, cheap at half the price. There is a rather miscreant gentleman who has been holding up in the old Lentinius warehouse. I need him removed, no questions asked. I would prefer to, I prefer there be no property damage also.
Indeed, and obviously, accidents do happen, and obviously we can most certainly attempt to ensure that isn't the case. But would you be that upset if we accidentally beat him to death? If that does happen, I assure you, we will dispose of the body.
Well, it's merely property damage that I have an aversion to. Perhaps if I were to... Well, maybe this would provide suitable insurance against property damage if, however you deal with the miscreant in question. I will give them a description of Thaddeus. That is, of course, up to you, gentlemen. And then I will hand them a trade bar. A very, very identifiable trade bar.
But they can melt it down after.
They can, but I'm guessing it's the kind of thing they'd probably take some time to do. So if we can deal with them,
we prefer dealing in cash. One of them says.
With the way the city is at the moment, I have little of that little coin available. But I'm sure.
Well, I'm sure. Again, Mulder seems to be the brains here. Mulder goes, "I'm sure you can sell the bar and come back with the money, can't you, sir?"
I would imagine with the contacts you gentlemen have, you can get a better price for it than I can.
Indeed, but certain items are always a little more obvious than others, and believe me, I mean, we would. It's not happened yet, but we'd hate for any accidents to befall any of our employers. If we have.
Oh, I understand you completely. Well, in which case, 50 gold crowns it is. The bonus will not be available to you, gentlemen.
That's absolutely fine. As I say, how careful do you want us to be when administering the beating is the only thing I'm really left to understand here. I understand your property damage concerns, but it's the level of beating. I mean, do you want a concise but guaranteed to be safe beating, or a more enthusiastic pummeling that might go a bit wrong? So if it does go wrong, I assure you the body will not be found.
Oh, I certainly don't want the body to be found.
Okey-doke. If you should pass over the details, we'll have some of the boys head out. When would you like this to occur? This evening, sir? Tonight? Obviously,
Tonight, tonight if possible.
Indeed. It's just the one person. I think we can send out. I think 4 should be enough, don't you think? I think, yeah, 4. Yeah. We'll send 4 of the boys out tonight. You just give us the. You just like to repeat the address to make sure we've got it right.
The old Lentinius warehouse.
Indeed, no problem at all, sir. No problem at all. As I say, we'll be happy to provide the service, and as I say, should anything go wrong, we'll obviously dispose of the body to not cause you any unfortunate tidy up problems.
How very kind of you.
At which point, Bob Drogo opens the door.
And I shall leave and disappear myself into the crowd.
Okie dokie. Off you go.
And then we'll go and set an ambush for them at the old warehouse this evening.
Oh, I just thought you were sending 4 of them off to make it easier to have less here when you weren't here tonight.
No, I was intending to take them out when they go there and then come and hit here afterwards.
Okay.
So we knock those 4 we knock those 4 out and tie them up there. We know that we've got them for being hired out as hired killers, and then there's 4 less when we come back here tonight.
I don't think I've got a warehouse map. I do.
He seems so happy about it. Oh.
Oh, but I just found a nice map.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to use it for that reason as well. But anyway, look at that. It's got a bit too much in it for your warehouse, I think.
Hmm.
But anyway, there we go.
Can't see it anyway because there's no light on it and there's no characters on it. But hey,
Oh,
I'm sure it's a
there you
very
go.
nice. Oh, that is a nice warehouse.
Sorry, there we go. I'll put the lighting back on and that back on in case I need it for another time. Images. Okay. Okay.
If you put me on the map, there won't be any problems with lighting.
Yeah.
True. Righty-ho.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You've merely adopted it. I was born in the darkness, forced by it.
Who are you?
Okie dokie. So you basically lie in. So you set up the warehouse. You make sure Thaddeus is prominently visible in the middle of the place. What do the rest of you do?
Well, everybody apart from me can actually see in the dark. Unlike these guardsmen, who, from what the description was, are all human. So we've got an advantage there. So I suggest that we all secrete ourselves so that once they've come in, because we'll of course leave the door ajar, we can have the door closed and Sassafras can havoc them to hell, and we beat them all up and knock them out. And we knock them out. We do not kill them.
How about I be the last
What are you
line
saying?
to stop them running?
Very good, Mistress Leah.
We don't just kill them. Some of them just happen to be really fragile and die.
No, Mistress Teaberry, we do not kill them.
Well, I can't always control how much power those, force fields pull up and stuff, and how
You
they
have said
react
many
to it.
times, Mistress Teaberry, you're a student. Learn.
I'm trying. This is this is not exactly like sitting in a classroom and practicing with other students, is it?
You are indeed trying, Mistress Teaberry. That I can agree with you wholeheartedly. You are most trying indeed.
I so saw her stamp her little foot and fold her arms across her chest.
I did too, actually. Yes, I did too. I certainly did.
Well, this is not like sitting in a classroom, and I didn't plan my life around going out and fighting with people.
Life very rarely goes according to one's plans, Mistress Teaberry. What matters is how we deal with things when they come to us.
Well, I'm dealing with them as best I know how.
Well, if you can avoid killing people while you do so, I would most appreciate it.
Well, I will try. Maybe there's a way to but I don't know if I try to reduce the power, then I might not do anything at all. And then where are you?
Then we will be in a warehouse with 4 unconscious thieves that we can hand over to the watch, rather than with 4 dead bodies. Dead bodies are also remarkably difficult to question.
Well, most of them that I hit with that don't die actually.
Very well. Then all will be fine.
I mean, it's not like I tried to kill them.
Yes, all I'm asking is for you to try to not kill them.
Well,
Mistress
I'm not
Leah,
sure how
Master
to do
Thaddeus,
that.
Master Walker, are we agreed on this?
But
Maybe
you
when
did,
we get-
you did throw one at me. Was
I didn't throw
was
it
you
at
mad
you,
at me?
It's just the.
Maybe we just make sure that the area they're likely to fly into is softer. That should do the job.
Well, when
there
they're
are.
flying around in the air, it wasn't a problem. I just didn't know how it would work with people who actually had their feet planted on the ground.
Most of what is left in the warehouse is cloth, though it's all gone to moulder now. I'm sure that will give them some soft landings.
We should be fine.
I'll just stare at them and make them swoon.
Hey, is there a place like I can climb and hide up in rafters, or is that got a ceiling type thing?
Oh, I'm sure you'll be able to get up into the rafters if you wish to. So, Master Vorka, what do you believe will be your part in this?
No killing. I can do no killing.
Very well. And Master Thaddeus?
I say I'll just stare at them and then make them swoon.
Well, then it seems we should prepare ourselves for these 4 gentlemen to visit.
Okay, right. So you're all in position. You hear the 4 gentlemen enter. They move towards the center of the area. And it's going to be a quick combat this. So apparently no action cards are dealt. Instead, we describe the scene, which we know. These 4 thugs are coming in to beat up Thaddeus, then to enthusiastically beat up Thaddeus. Apparently, that's what Gastus paid for. And yeah. At which point you can obviously, them being humans, that is it's rather dark. They are basically one of them does use a lantern, a hooded lantern, to dimly illuminate the area so they can see where they're going. But obviously, unfortunately, does mean the 4 of them are now sort of in a very faint, circle of light, which allows you to all go to town upon them. As this is combat, as obviously this encounter will be limited to fighting, shooting, and arcane skills. You need a raise on your roll to get out of this encounter without bumps and bruises.
Well, because
I'm hoping it being dark and so on will give a bonus to those that can see in the dark, unlike Gastus.
I was going to say yes. I shall give you all a +2 penalty if you do not need illumination to see.
Okay. And I was going to say, since we planned this before they got here, because we knew they were coming, and Gastus seems to be real into strategy with this, don't kill, just throw a havoc at them. I would assume that I climbed up in a rafter, and as soon as I can see them, and they're all grouped within the range of a single havoc, then I'd throw a havoc before anything else happens, before they're even aware.
I was going to say, before you throw a havoc, can we just make them all go woozy first?
Well, it's a quick combat, so how the order it happens is more narrative than anything else. But yeah,
indeed. So you get to make an arcane skill roll. Then that's a press.
Were you supposed to use that map?
Quick I'm only going to do it as a quick encounter. I was just curious if I had a warehouse map.
I just hit. They're all now within that burst template. They're all distracted.
Okay, at the end of this quick encounter, you will have expended 4 power points because other people kept getting in the way. You had to be selective, but it cost you 4 power points. That's fine. You got the raise, so you'll escape unharmed. Now I just need rolls from Leia, Vorka, Thaddeus, and Gastus.
So even with his +2, Thaddeus didn't quite get a raise.
You didn't get a raise with your +2, so you will take a bump or bruise.
I'll take a bump and a bruise.
Okie dokie. Unfortunately, obviously, what obviously happens is you stun them, and Sassafras holds them, and one of their unconscious forms catches you as it flies by you.
All right. I'm going to be starting up in the rafters with Sassafras, and I'm going to swing down on a rope to, land atop one of them and tie them up. So I'd like to use my athletics as my combat skill, if that's all right.
Go on then. I know it's in keeping with your character. Okay, yep. You catch one out of the air as it goes flying across the room, heading towards a window and out to the docks.
And bring him back in. Marvellous.
Catch you before he catches it. Vorka, obviously you club one as it comes hurtling towards you.
Sneaking around in the dark and poking him in the thighs and all that stuff, and tripping him up.
No problem at all.
Gus just said don't kill him, but he was a little fuzzy on the subject of kneecaps.
Kneecaps, indeed. So, stun. How many power points is stun, Thaddeus?
Powers for stun is 2 power points.
2 power points. In that case, you spend 5 in total at the end of the quick encounter. Because obviously you'll have...
That was stun with a large burst template then.
Exactly. No, the point was I wanted to make sure it was always going to be the minimum, but no more than,
Yeah.
Which is why it's only 2d4. It's all I rolled there, you see, so that's all I was doing there. So yeah, it costs, like, at the end of that quick encounter, you have 4 trussed up and slightly bleeding. Walker's looking, going, they're not dead.
You might want to gag them so that they can't be in here hollering.
Oh yes, they're going to be well tied up and bound and what have you.
Hide them somewhere in case somebody comes wandering in here.
Oh, I think we can stick them in a crate and nail the crate shut as well.
It's probably a good idea because if their compatriots are like, hey, they should have been back by now.
Then tie the crate up, wrap the crate in cloth, tie that up again. Right. Well, it seems they're definitely killers for hire, so let's go and have a word with their boss, shall we?
It's thugs. It's fine.
Well, thugs can be killers. They did.
Are you going for a front door entry or a back or around the animal yard entry?
Why not both?
Why not indeed? Let's just do that.
I mean, Vork, I suppose. He's been in here, has he not?
Yeah. If Vorka can give us a quick sketch of the interior, maybe.
Just trying to position you so you can see the front and the side entrance
Quick
at the same time.
sketch. Let me see.
The back entrance is there. The front entrance is. The back entrance is there. The front entrance is somewhere there.
Okay. Well, if we have... Master Thaddeus seems to be able to summon a wolf, doesn't he?
Yeah,
so
wolves and
if Master Wildsoul summons a wolf and one of us go with him, that would actually leave 3 to one entrance and 3 of us to another. Perhaps Mistress Lair and I should separate, as we seem to be the most martially capable. Would you not agree, Mistress Lair?
Enjoying the shafts of light, Volker.
I'll let you tell me where to go because you seem to be really bossy in that respect.
Oh, there's a window over here.
Is there?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'll be honest, I drifted away. Could you repeat what you asked?
I'm saying that if we're going in 2 different entrances to this building,
Yes.
you and I should split up because we seem to be the most martially capable of the group.
Yes, sure. That does seem sensible. I'm loving the effect of the lighting when you do this.
Well, I'll go in by the front door. Perhaps I should keep Sassafras with me.
Yeah, he's not got the lighting on. He's got line of sight on, but he's not got lighting
And
on.
Oh, cool.
Thaddeus, if I've got Sassafras with me, if you go in the back door, then we've got a spellcaster at each door. And Leah goes in the back door, then we've got a fighter at each door. If you have your wolf at the back door, and then Vorka joins
Then
me
we
at the
walk
front
through
door.
the door.
Yeah. So Thaddeus goes round here with his wolf, and we'll sort of
I think you just want me and Vorka with you because it makes you feel like a big man.
No doubt,
He
take
he
him
is
out.
a big man. He's very big. You see those muscles?
I think it makes me feel slightly more like a babysitter, but never mind.
Oh.
Let's have Thaddeus summon his wolf then.
Well, I wasn't actually going to summon it just yet. No,
It's absolutely fine.
otherwise it's
Okay.
it's not going to hang about on this plane.
Obviously,
for very long, is it?
it should be pointed out that the front and rear entrances are locked.
Are you sure?
It should be pointed out the front entrance is not locked. What about the rear entrance, Thaddeus?
I haven't done. I mean, I've seen people doing this, but I don't know what I'm doing. Really, honest.
Yeah. The back entry
Okay,
here, it
well.
doesn't appear. The back entry does not appear to be locked either.
Do you know I've still got a sore elbow, but you know what you got? I get thumped again, don't I?
Let's sneak in then.
Maybe next time we should get treasure. We should all buy helmets for sassafras.
Oh, he said sneak, so I can use my stealth.
Right, I locked that door open.
I'm
I
going
meant
to
to
be
lock it
right
shut.
behind him because I'm going to be using him for cover.
Well, if that door appears to be locked, I'll see if accidentally they may have actually left it unlocked, which it looks like they did.
Oh, no, that bloody thing again.
So this place is lit up then, isn't it?
Well, the map doesn't have lighting, and it's because it's not worth trying to light it because you can come in during the day and you can come in during the night. Do you know what I mean? It's not.
And I don't do elimination penalties anyway.
Master Vorka.
that door goes outside.
Where did you
Yeah,
say you believed the leader?
That's gonna be we sneak in, go through the door, and then go up the stairs. The stairs are right there to the right.
Very well.
Is the inside doors closed as well?
They appear to be locked. Yes. You can hear animals, obviously, because they haven't been slaughtered yet. There are animals over here in the cattle pen. This large cattle pen is open to the air, and the stink of manure, mud, and animal is strong despite the breeze that wafts through the stockade wooden fence. To the south stands a roof shed containing a straw-filled wagon, which is obviously... Oh, you're inside the shed, which is obviously where you are at the moment. I'm feeling better for that.
I can't get a lock open.
I'm going to try this lock and just unlock this door as I'm going past so we can check what's in there.
What about the other door? Can you do that one?
But what, the northern door? But that takes it into the animal pen.
There might be a way through the animal pen from the other side.
Okay, this is a description for Gastus. The air in this room is stale, stinking of day-old meat and blood. Straw litters the floor, scattered to catch the drips of meat as it hangs. Meat hooks are affixed to the walls and the ceiling on metal rods. To the north is a blood-stained table and 2 barrels of salt, while double doors stand in the wall to the south. An iron bar extends through a narrow hole at the top of the doors. The bar runs along the ceiling for 5 feet before ending in a vertical bowl running floor to ceiling.
Okay, and you said the slaughtering went on at night, and we're beyond the point where they had the lights on. So,
For early, not in the middle of the night. They do it sort of in the morning
at dawn.
hours. At dawn.
Morning,
it's
Yeah.
done very early morning. Okay, I was just wondering if there was meat stored here at the moment that we could check out. But
Okay.
obviously not.
So at the moment, in this pen at the moment is 1 cow and 1 pig.
No sheeps.
That's considerably less than the other day, but there's only 1 cow and 1 pig in here right now.
I can't get I can't get the door open. So Thaddy, that he was going to go for. I've suggested it might be the door in where they take the animals into slaughter.
That's what Leah suggested.
Aye, up here.
There you go. 1 cow and 1 pig.
So surely this door must be open.
Have any of you ever lived on a farm?
I've lived
the
near a
minute he-
farm.
Near them.
The minute he steps in there, those animals.
I
are gonna start-
know, we know.
The
Yes,
animals
I
will be
would.
making one heck of a racket. I agree.
Might alert people that, hey, you better go check on the critters.
Well, not if I feed them. If I go in quickly and feed them, that should help.
This giant cat's going to go in and feed them.
Mm.
Pigs will eat anything, so the pig is definitely not a problem. And
Right,
cows
I
can be
do-
very friendly, but it depends how it's
To
been
remind
treated
myself
before.
what happens at night and where they all go at night.
Well, the moment the animals start making a noise, I will back off from the bottom of the stairs, assuming somebody's about to come down.
Yeah, I think it's as you get to the bottom of the stairs, the cow and the pig do start freaking out, especially as it's Thaddeus who walked in there. They can smell him.
Yeah, we've got the undead guy and the natural predator.
I'm not
Yeah.
undead. I'm a human with a condition.
Pick the wrong. Okay, I picked the wrong entrance for you guys to go through. Oops.
Right. Okay.
Fuck. Back here. Somebody will be down those stairs any moment.
You all went away. So, you did take 4 away, didn't you? So, the 4 wouldn't be here. And that just means
We probably should have waited till one of them woke up and questioned them about how many more were going to be here.
Well,
Oops.
at least 2, possibly more.
Okay, the pig's squealing as the predator advances towards it.
That's what I was thinking. Oh, you can shut up and all.
Really? Not you, duck. Just offering it some food.
Can I clock him on the head as he comes down the stairs?
It's not really a squeal, is it?
Not so much, no. You're looking more for
I know.
I'll Benny that.
That's not a pig.
Giant pig, apparently. That's a
At least
pig.
it's annoying.
Okay, Doki, I need a stealth. You did give me a stealth roll. I noticed earlier you had a stealth check before you came in, which was a 4.
I gave you a stealth check just now as well.
I'll take your original one, but which was also a 4. Fair enough.
Which is also a 4. Well, if you're taking the original, I'll have my Benny back.
It's fine. I'll take the new one then. Okay. They both fail to notice you and move to there. What do you do?
I go up and back of the head on each one with my right hand, one with my left hand, with the basket hilts of my weapons.
Right, well, that's the multi-action, and one's offhand, of course. Here you go.
Well, I'm ambidextrous and have 2 weapon fighting, so that cancels out all of that.
Okay, just the multi-weapon penalty. Oh no, you don't even get that, do you?
Yep, and if they're completely unaware of me, does that also mean I have the drop?
You do, unknowingly.
Which means that cancels out the headshots. So I'm doing these as knockout blows.
Indeed.
Yeah, I have to make saving throws.
They have to roll vigor against the damage that I do.
Indeed.
So that's a hit on that one.
Mhm.
And
Hit with a raise on the other one.
hit hit with a raise on that one, and because it was headshots as well.
We'll get a +4. Really both have rolled 2. Well, one rolled a 2 and a 3. Okay. 12 points
So
of damage.
He needs a
I know,
12
I know,
on
I
his rigor
know.
roll.
I know. Keep going.
And that one should have a raise on it as well. So let me throw the raise die onto there. And he needs a 12.
Knocked out. Make a bigger roll as well. He's. He must have done the same damage to the boat. First one.
I did.
Oh, you know what Fantasy Grounds is like.
Yeah.
Right, they're both knocked out.
Thank Caden for the distraction. Sassafras, Vorka, tie them up.
They can both yellow because they're no longer hostile.
Hmm.
On hold. Okay.
We'll get them tied up. And I'll ask Vorka if he sees anybody through there.
I'm not,
Okay.
I not go through that door, but I think it's okay. Upstairs is where I hear the guy sleeping.
Righto.
I need a notice check from Vorka.
You said from Vorka?
Vorka. Are you happy with a 5?
No, I think I'll go ahead and bending that once since I've got enough of them. I think I'm happy with a 5.
Okie dokie.
I'm not happy with it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, grisly work takes place after midnight. And obviously, the blokes aren't going to come back and then start killing the cows, so you're okay on that score. Oh, okay. Oh, no, that's fine. Okay. So, you hear something moving around under that dusty grating wall. Also, you can also discern there's probably a sewer down there, so it's probably something moving around in the sewers underneath the room. But other than that, it seems okay.
I will go ahead and sneak over here and peek down and see what I can see.
What are Leia and Thaddeus doing outside?
Well, is the door open?
Have we heard any sounds from what they did in there? Have we any way to know what's actually happened?
Probably not, because I knocked them out pretty quick.
Not that door yet, Thaddeus.
There was no outcry or sound of combat or anything.
Looks like he has.
Hang on. Just,
I'm liking the spooky stealth music.
I know, it's good, isn't it? Especially when you was perfectly sneaking around. There you go. I had to just do the description. Okie dokie. Okay, Thaddeus, you enter into the holding pens. 2 foul-smelling animal pens take up the majority of this room. Each pen is defined by a wood fence set with a gate. Inside each is a long water trough and heaps of filthy hay. The floor here is hard, packed earth.
Hey, that's filthy.
Yeah. And I have, well, can I have a notice check from both of you, assuming you're both in there, which I will do, assume you're both. Can I have notice checks from both of you, please? There's something wrong with the water trough in the southernmost of the 2 pens.
I will examine it more closely.
It seems to be. It's the way it's standing. It seems to be tilted at a strange angle.
I need to get in the pen to look at it properly.
Do
So,
indeed.
let's have a look and see if it's a mechanism concealing something else.
When you get down and look, what appears to happen is they've dug a hole under the trough, and obviously there's a hole been dug, a small hole under the trough.
Sorry, I was running towards the wrong door. I would have run
What
over
has it
here
got in
towards
its
this
holes?
one.
Okay.
Gastus! There's a monster in the sewer.
Okay, I will.
Down there, and I'll point over to the grate.
Indeed.
Does it look like they've been dropping stuff down this grate for
It
disposal?
was about
then, I guess?
3.5 feet long. I forgot to mention, Vorka.
Okay.
Okay, that's.
Ew. Two of them. How far down is it?
Investigating the sewer tunnel. It just says it doesn't actually say. It just says investigating the sewer tunnel.
But I can see them down there. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Make a notice check. There's a obviously it's about the target, but that's okay. There, you notice something glinting under the trough. You notice something glinting down in the tunnel. Still a silvery look to it.
Sassafras. Sassafras.
Now what? Shh.
I know that some of the students at the academy are taught various magical cantrips. Did you happen to know the spell known as Mage Hand?
No, I don't.
How delicately can you throw things with your havoc ability?
I'm not sure I can actually control that. I mean, I can try, but...
Very well. I suppose we shall have to retrieve whatever is down there the hard way. I would like to aim and then chuck a shuriken through the grating at each of the two things that are down there.
Before you jump in there, they did teach me a cantrip called telekinesis where I can, move things, but I can't, do mage hand. That's a different...
Wonderful. There is a glinting object down there, hidden amongst the creatures in the sewer. Could you bring it up through the grate?
Well, it depends on if it's really heavy or not. I can try.
I think it's pretty small, so that's why I was hoping Mage Hand would do it, but telekinesis will certainly do it.
You're not investigating the whole layer, by the way.
I'll Benny that one time because we've got...
Are you investigating the whole layer?
Yeah, absolutely I am.
I sort of mentioned it to you. You didn't respond.
Talking to them. I thought you were saying to them, "Are you investigating the whole lair?" I didn't realise you were talking to me.
No, I mentioned the whole, and then you made. I mentioned the whole, and then you sort of ignored everything about it. So I got a bit confused.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm not having a go. I just got confused.
No, it's me. I'm not really with it. I'll be honest. My brain is not firing on all cylinders.
Absolutely
yes,
fine.
I'm definitely investigating the.
There's a small hole in which you find, basically investigating the hole, you find a stash consisting of several bags. Each bag contains a number of gold pieces, silver pieces, as well as numbers of pieces of jewellery and gemstones. Assuming you recover them, I should put them in the party sheet.
I think that yes, absolutely, I should recover them.
If that's what I think it is, they've got jewelry. They've got jewelry which is identifiable, but they wouldn't take a trade bar off me.
That was a hidden stash.
And I was expecting them to take the trade bar and put it in a hidden stash that we could find on a search later.
I know, but it was a bit blatant, I'm afraid, isn't it?
I think that maybe they got the jewelry while they were mugging people.
Maybe.
Okay, with a successful
Can hardly say,
casting of
"I've lived you, but I'm
telekinesis,
dissatisfied
it's
with what I
it's
got."
it's obviously with the strength with a raise, you've got quite a good strength. Something is definitely oh, flow the bennies. Thank you, boy, howdy. Something is definitely wedged in a crack between two stones just above the waterline. Dave, I just found a nice little map to use as well. It's strange in the fact it's circular, but I found a nice little map to use for when you went down to the sewer. But that's okay.
And then we found a way to avoid it.
Indeed. The animals down there, as you pull it out, do notice it, and one of them will attempt. Actually, yeah, let's have an opposed athletics check. So see if one of them can grab it before you can pull it up. That's yeah. Sorry. I said athletics. Technically, you can use your spell casting if you wish to, because you are using telekinesis.
Let me see if I can get anything better with spellcasting.
Well, if you're happy with the 6, stay with the 6. It's up to you. Well, you roll, but that doesn't matter. I'll let you keep the 6 if you want.
I'll keep the 6.
Okay, yeah, you snatch it up, pull it up through, and you have brought up a severed finger, which still has a mithril ring set of tiny slivers of obsidian embedded in it. Probably worth being made of mithril. It's probably worth quite a lot. Add it to the party sheet.
Gastus tries to keep his lunch down when he realizes, if fingers are going down the grate in the slaughter room, they're definitely chopping up bodies in here, and we already know that that those things down below the grate are getting some vomit on them.
If you're going to puke quieter, because you could wake somebody up.
I'm very sorry, Miss Teaberry. I will try to be disturbed more quietly in future.
Okay.
When you asked for it, you got it.
I think I'll unlock the tokens at this point because
Then it's time to go upstairs, I think.
We've all we've all met up now, haven't we?
Well, Gastus has snuck off upstairs.
Okay, Gastus is stuck upstairs. A round table sits in this room, surrounded by 4 wooden chairs. A stack of cards sits on the tabletop. A cabinet to the southwest hangs open, revealing a tangle of dirty clothes and blankets. 4 thin bedrolls lie rolled up against the north wall.
I wonder if they left that door unlocked. Oh, look, they did.
It shouldn't have been locked during. It wouldn't. Actually, in fact, they probably would be locked. Okay, a single large desk stands in the eastern part of this office, transformed into a makeshift bed by a bedroll and several blankets and pillows.
Why is
A chamber pot sits under it. A table and 3 chairs sit to the table and 3 chairs. You're stuck on the wall. There you go. Ask you. Not letting you up. Hang on. Did that trigger it?
No.
There you go. I'll give up. We'll do it that way. I don't know why it didn't work for you. Right. Where was I? A table and 3 chairs sit. A table and 3 chairs sit to the west. Several papers lie strewn over the table's surface. One of the papers is pinned to the tabletop by an exquisite silver dagger. Okay.
Nobody in here on the makeshift bed?
I didn't realise this room had so much information. Yeah. Give me a chance to respond. A handsome man who still wears his convulsion guard livery and armour, even though he bent. Okay. He's fighting, of course, without some bugs. It doesn't mean. Okay. Basically, as you come into the room, you see someone fussing. I'm assuming you're standing in the doorway rather in there yet. So, for our sake's sake. There's a chap. He's still wearing convulsion guard livery and armour. He's he's sort of, as you open the door, you see. Obviously, I'll put him on the map in a second. Intrigued wise, oh yeah, put him on the map. He's you see him basically standing. Won't be that window at night. It's that window there. He sort of, you see, sort of, he definitely seems to be trying to decide whether he's going to go out the window or do something else when you open the door. Let me keep reading before you confront him. Just because I forgot to read this earlier. That's my fault. Okay. 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 That's what I thought happened. I just wanted to check. Okay. That's it. Okay.
Just before you read the next bit, from the descriptions we were given by the field marshal, we've not come across Varric Van Kaskakin yet. Would this be he?
Well, the fact he's dressed in the armor and he looks devilishly handsome and all that, it's probably a safe bet.
And that's his name on the combat tracker as well. But yeah,
I would argue it probably fits the description of the person you're expecting. Oh, here we are. Oh, look. That shows you what the uniform of the Convocation Guard looks like.
Cool.
So basically, just as you open the door, you see he's obviously got his back to you. You get the impression he's contemplating stepping out the window, but as the door opens, he turns to face you, and basically grabs the spear that was leaning against them.
Stand down, Van Kaskakin. All of your men are unconscious. We know you've been hiring them out as thugs and murderers. We have your stash of gold. Turn yourself in, and we'll ensure you get a fair trial from the field marshal.
At the moment of thugs and murderers, you see a look of confusion go across his face. Thaddeus, what do you do?
Sorry, what was that?
Which part?
I accused him of leading a band of thugs and murderers, and he looked confused. Like, genuinely confused from what Kev said, I think.
Yeah. But you can't see that from where you are. But basically, all you've heard is Gastus opened the door, and he's obviously confronting the person you're here to apprehend. So obviously, I've initiated the combat tracker to see what everyone does, because you're all a bunch of hotheads.
Because we're all a bunch of hotheads. Well, he actually hasn't done anything to me.
Yeah, I know, but I'm giving you the chance to react. That's what I'm trying to do here.
Well, tell you what, I will go on hold. How about that? I mean, if he hurts me, obviously I'll try to kill him, but that's beside the point. But yeah, on hold.
That just goes on hold. Leo is next. Going on hold is valid answer.
I thought it was going to kick off, but he seems shocked. So I'm shocked. What do we do?
Well, I'm going to try.
You seem to be taken aback by the accusations. Are we to believe that you knew nothing of what went on here?
That seems reasonable. Obviously, I'm the weirdest of trying to do combating the thingy at the same time. If it's you'll ask that at the same time. We'll see what Gas is doing. I'm doing it almost simultaneous. Obviously, when it gets to him, because he's next, he can react. But at the same time, I will take you. Speaking is a free action, so I will allow you to count as going on hold for that. If that makes sense.
Okay. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much.
Gastus.
I will take a step forwards.
Mm-hmm.
putting myself in reach of his spear, but also I think that will put him in reach of my blades as well. Put down the spear, Van Kaskakin, and there need be no further unpleasantness. I myself was able to hire your men earlier today. They came to attack a friend of mine. Now, rather than killing them as they were intending to do to him, we've knocked them unconscious and have them bound. 2 more of your men are bound and unconscious downstairs.
Let's have a persuasion roll.
But none of them fought back.
The +2 modifier.
So that'll be a 7. You know what? I'll Benny that to see if I can get the raises. I've got the +2 modifier.
Rip that.
Of course. No, come on, we'll give it one more go. That'll do it.
Okay. Obviously, with that level of persuasiveness, apparently the 7-fingered does the same thing. Actually, if you don't persuade, that's good.
Cool.
He, as soon as the look of abject horror is upon his face, as you say this, you get a distinct impression that he had no idea what the men under his orders were really up to. He looks at you. He looks at you and drops the weapon and puts his hands up. Palm. In that whole gesture of palms towards you with his wrists together. As in the take me in, as it were.
I will tie his hands together and I'll say, it seems you did not know what your men were doing. And you were trying to hand out free meat to those that needed it. If you want an advocate, I will take your part in speaking with the marshal, as long as you are willing to speak about what your men may have done.
It tells me he didn't know. It tells me he didn't know about the men beating up, which I assume means he doesn't realise where a lot of the meat came from as well. I am going to assume from that. Okie dokie. Well, I'm going to end the combat there. Sassafras and Volk, I'm afraid you, unless you want to act, you don't necessarily need to at this point, obviously.
Nope,
But
we're good.
I see he's bound. If I had got in there before he was bound, I was going to hit him with a distraction just to make it easier for him. But
oh, here we go. This could get interesting.
Oh,
Stuff here.
There's stuff.
Yeah,
very well. I surrender.
That doesn't sound very good, does it? What's the truth then?
What? They've been... Oh, gods. How much harm has occurred because of my actions? No more.
Obviously, then and there's another one here. I don't know what it does. I'm curious.
I admit, the idea to leave the guard wasn't mine alone. Malia was the one who suggested creating a gang to feed the locals. It didn't seem like a bad idea. People need to eat, after all.
There you go.
And who is Malia?
Actually, I've got one more here. I'm not sure what shout-outs is. Hang on.
We're just trying to do something good here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he certainly wouldn't have done that one, would he? Because obviously you told him what he's doing. Malia, that's a good question. I was wondering about that myself earlier. Malia hasn't seen her since the riots began. It's just his lover, apparently. Hasn't seen his lover since the riots began. He entertains the thoughts of making the trek to Old Kavos to call on her. But yeah, that's what it's on. Yeah, Malia, his lover. His girl, his lover. Yeah.
Well, let's take him in.
Okie dokie, you managed to bring Varric back alive without resorting to combat. I get you. You all are awarded a point of conviction for your dedication to keeping the peace. But anyway, in the meantime, you do want to confiscate his equipment. He's got a very nice spear, very nice bow, and some impressive-looking arrows.
Well, I'm not bothered by them, but I'm sure we should probably confiscate his gear and take it.
if it's guard issued gear, then we might want to turn it
Yeah.
if they provided it.
And equally, if it does belong to him and he's actually innocent of most of the wrongdoing, I think we should speak his part to the field marshal and maybe earn ourselves an ally here.
And there's also that. The only other thing I should say is there was that paper pinned to the tabletop by an exquisite silver dagger. If anyone wants the exquisite
Well,
silver dagger,
is that his dagger? I'm
It's
sure he'll be able to tell us that.
yes, it is.
So
Yeah.
Gastus's thought would be to let him keep his personal gear, unless the field marshal says no, that's confiscated and you guys can have it. But I think we should speak his part and say, look, it looks like he didn't know the full wit of what his men were doing underneath him, and he turned himself in. If he's willing to come back and help the guard from the guard side of things, the guard needs all the help it can get from the looks of things at the moment, and maybe we'll get him as a ally of ours. But that's Gastus's thought. I don't know what the rest of you would want to do.
I agree with you.
Can I take a closer look at that dagger?
Be my guest.
Well, the dagger's magical, isn't it?
Magical or otherwise, it belongs to Van Kaskakin.
Well, it depends on what the dagger does, because it could be evil magic. That is, and we might be being duped here. We want to be careful, you know. Not everybody is, like, nice.
Can you see that? And I can see that.
I saw it. I rolled on the cult to see if I could identify what it is.
I'll turn it into a weapon later.
Well, I know a little of such things, but this particular enchantment, if it is there, is beyond the learning I had at the bank.
Was mine not enough to identify it? I can keep spending bennies to see if I can get a raise.
The exquisite silver dagger that I forgot to actually put into the adventure. So I'm making a note. I
mean, if it's just shiny stuff, then we're not interested. But
well, the thing is you'd want to wonder how a nice, honest guardsman came.
You are unable to discern it.
Do I need a raise or something, or is no amount of rolling going to get it?
Well, I'm sure Van Kaska can tell us where he got it, or at least he can tell us where he's going to say he got it.
Yeah, Vorka, is that a bad? That's a magical dagger. Is that a bad magical dagger? Are you feeling the love?
I was just reading it just now. The dagger was a gift to him from the lovely Malia.
So from his lover that encouraged him to leave the guard.
Yes. I'm afraid no. The dagger. Actually, you will look at it. They said if you've got detect arcana, I hasten to add. Now you will look at it. None of the dagger. The dagger doesn't appear to be magical in any way type at all. It's quite exquisite, but you're sure you saw a flash of magic coming from it. Three of you. But attempts to identify it seem to indicate it doesn't give off a magical aura at all. But it's an exquisite silver dagger.
Then I would say it remains with Van Kaskakin.
Oh, that's an interesting point. I might have to move it then. Thank you for pointing that. You're going to get to him. Okay, so the deck. Is it because it's in a separate module, even though it's?
Yeah, when I click on the thing next to identify magical items, it says it brings up the module you're attempting to use is not loaded. Needs the Edge of Anarchy book.
Oh yeah, that's probably because you don't need to know that bit, do you? It's just obviously.
Right.
Oh no, that's just meant to. I don't know why it's saying that. It's got no power. It's an innate power, so I just gave it a device power.
Right.
That, do you know what I mean? There is no.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying then. I can see the confusion because it comes from another book, because it's not really linked to something. But Fantasy Grounds always puts a link there, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you 3 times per day as a free action. A character holds a card to his head can identify most magic items. Draw a card from the deck and do that if you want to.
Well, I would assume, like, story-wise, I'll get Zalara will whisper in my ear and tell me that she can try this, so I'll give it a go.
Well, yeah, she did already, didn't she?
Well, she didn't tell me that you can identify magic items. She said I should keep it close to me. But
oh, okay.
So
yeah.
I'll reach into my pouch and I've got the Harrow deck in, and I'll pull out a card and put it on my head, which will probably make everybody else think, "What the hell is Gastus doing?" And see if she can identify it.
You pull out the Inquisitor. How appropriate.
Mm.
Yeah, pull out the Inquisitor.
What does the Inquisitor tell me?
Well, actually, it's Zalara's spirit that whispers to you,
Of
and
course.
she says, she goes, "What magic dagger? I detect no magic upon it."
Mm. Then, yeah, absolutely. I think we give it back to Van Kaskaki, take him in, hand him over to the field marshal, speak his case that he didn't actually know the full thing of what was going on, and hand over the ones that were hiring themselves out as murderers and butchering people to be fed to the people.
This is what happens when my Windows taskbar. So when my Windows taskbar gets minimized, so I can see my shortcuts button, and I don't notice I've overrun by half an hour, and I'm going to be in trouble with the boss. But that's a good. I thought I was having fun. Okay, well, that's a quite good place to leave it. Obviously, I've put the exquisite dagger. I shall remove because you've given it back. Obviously the other items are still in there. The arrows are magical, but I made the mistake of not. They're already. I forgot to hide them. So there's 2 arrows of damaging 10. That doesn't make sense.
And we recommend to the field marshal as well that they actually carry on giving out the free meat. Obviously, not the person meat, but as that will still go down very well with the people and get them on the side of the guard and help them, create less rioting and such like in these troubled times.
Yeah.
Maybe even put Van Kaskakin in charge of it officially.
Well, first of all, he's got to be tried by his peers because, as far as they're concerned, he's a deserter, and they
Absolutely,
need to...
yes. But assuming he is shown to have just been trying to do the right thing, actually get to do it legitimately rather than illegitimately.
I won't answer anymore because you've got as far. You got a bit further than I thought you would today. So I haven't I haven't refreshed my memory any further. So I think that was a good time to leave it. I had fun anyway, so we shall return. Now I do believe this Sunday we're spell jamming again, aren't we?
Yes.
We are. So yes, spell jamming on Sunday. I'll come back next Tuesday for the next one. And then obviously on the 25th, which is the Saturday, we've got Patient Zero, followed by some spell jamming. I've got a busy weekend that weekend.
I didn't know you converted that, or I could have just given it to you.
What? Patient Zero?
I've had it for a long time.
Oh yeah, no, I had it too, but what? You'd already done a conversion. Well, actually, I only converted it because it wasn't in the store yet.
It's super short. Though. It's only 10 pages. I mean,
I know I'm going to, and I'm going to increase. It's the fact I was actually doing my own modifications to it anyway. But anyway,
I know. Okay, so both adventures went on into fantasy grounds, and I'm thinking, oh, I don't know, but it's just, you know what I mean.
Just a quick look to see if they've checking to see if they've updated the store today. Pathfinder RPG. Okay, so let's go by adventure system. Let's see if anything's been released today. So the newest Savage Worlds adventure stuff is still Necessary Evil. So they haven't released the Horror Companion today, which I'm hoping they would. Look at Pathfinder for Savage Worlds. Let's see what's the newest release of that. Here's the Advanced Player's Guide. So, no, it looks like it will be another week before either of those come out. Which is good, because I'm finding so many bugs anyway. But we shall leave it there and come back next